Test, test. Microphone test. Hello, everybody. What's up, Eddie? I am not on the YouTube chat, but I am logging in right now, folks. If anybody's out there that can hear me. Mark Weaver in the booth. I think we are live. Let me see here. Yes, there we are, folks. Say Mark Weaver in the booth. We're going to go live here in the match in about 10 minutes or so. Just doing a mic check. If somebody out there, the only one watching right now, by the way, if you can message or post on there that the mic sounds good. If not, we can do it again in 10. Be right back. right, lady, was that loud enough? Did I get your attentions? We're going live here pretty soon. We've got John Hutton and Ryan Janikowski, a couple of our sponsors for the not only on tournaments and the streams, but against Sean Holmes and Corey coming up here. Race to 9, BCA rules. This is a continuation of the Scotch Doubles tournament. And let me pull the bracket up here. A good pro commentator would have had all this information ready, right? But the winner of this one will play October 17th for a opponent. I think it was already decided. I think it was Joey and Jake. I'm looking at an old sheet right here, but Ryan's committing a foul. That's ball in hand one time for practicing with the TV balls. And ball in hand twice. Let's see how many ball in hands he's going to give away here. Oh, ball in hand again. So that's 3 ball in hands. And there's another one. And another one. Oh, a miscue. Oh, he still got a legal hit. But it's a foul. So, but that is Ryan Janikowski for those that know and don't know him. And then upper right corner again, you'll see John Hutton, his partner, and they will again be facing off against Sean Holmes and Corey. Race to 9 BCA rules. Both John and Ryan are sponsors again. And John wanted to give a shout out to Billy Bob and his buddy JD over the stream. And Ryan, I won't say what he said when I said you want to give a shout out to anybody, but it was gracious. And Corey wanted to give a shout out to Annie for watching and for all the sports. So we are live, folks. Match is starting up here. Race to 9 BCA rules. Monday night battle of the Scotch Doubles event. First place in this one does pay $6,000, and second place pays $4,000. And that final is coming up here. We're getting closer and closer. So we appreciate everybody tuning in. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button on your app or browser, and also the thumbs up if you like the stream. We really appreciate the support. And Sean Holmes coming over looking for thumbs up. They are good to go. So race to 9 BCA rules. There is playoffs going on in here. And there is playoffs going on in here from the leagues, Monday night leagues. It's the last night of it, but they have blacked out the tables in the perimeter around 15. So 14 not in use, 20, 21, and 16 are not in use. So there will be nobody obstructing these players. And well, the night is young, though, but there shouldn't be anybody on nearby tables. So they are wide open and ready to go. John Hutton did want to give a shout out as well to JK and to Jerry. Jerry's down in Florida, dangling his toes into the warm water of the pool or the Gulf, one or the other, and enjoying some much time off. Okay, I'll go up a little bit here. Is that a little bit better? 8-baller. 8-baller 26. Love you too. Much love, much love. So here we go. Wide open table. What those balls spread really well. Nothing went in though, and this is kind of what I would consider my break. Dry, and the ball's wide open for my opponent. I'd love to do that for my opponents and help them out a little bit. Okay, let me try that in there, baller. Is that a little bit better? I went up a little bit more. So Ryan at the table first, and John Hutton coming up next. I'll turn the mic up some, and I'll try to talk a little bit louder. I don't want to get the mic too close to my mouth, because then you get that little, at least in mine, you get like that little squeaky, that right there. It's not like a slee stack sound, but it's kind of similar in a way. I don't know. Ooh, John is getting his extension out already. Unless maybe he's getting his jump cue. He does have the 9, so he doesn't have to jump, but yeah, he's getting the extension out. So So, again, race to 9, Monday night battle. Normally these are on Friday nights, but and sometimes with scheduling and other tournaments and other events, scheduling for individual players, it can be tough to get everybody in here. And these guys all committed to play tonight, so we're glad to be able to bring you a match like this. Okay, Willie, how about now? Can you hear me a little bit better? I'll try to. I've got the mic kind of cranked up right here. I don't know if one of these dials might have got changed on this or on the soundboard or not. We'll have to try and check it out. But I'll talk a little bit louder too, if that'll help. I don't want to blast people out of their living rooms, but. So John Hutton at the table now, and they're on stripes. No real trouble here. I don't think that 10 goes by the 2 ball though. So he might want to shoot the 9. I don't know if he can elevate and go off that and get the 9 and then come over into that 10 and move that ball. I think that is the right play, but I don't think he's going to move it here. And I'm not sure if the 10 goes off of those balls, but the 10 does do a 10-15 combo. I don't really like that shot, though, because that 10-15 combo, that 10 ball is moving way up table by that 3. I think he's playing the right ball here. Shoot this, come back on the 15, take the 10. Oh, it won't go in the lower right corner either. Looks like he's hitting center, maybe not draw on that. There you go. The 10 does go in the lower right corner. And that was a heck of a good shot. If it does squeeze by there. And then this natural shape for the 15, from the 15 to the 8 ball as well. And a lot of room mid-table to navigate with this cue ball. So, oh, there was a lot of room there. Jeez. I thought, at least from this view, maybe my the camera view is just a little bit, just doesn't really show the full picture sometimes, but I thought that the ball was a little bit tighter. John just slammed that thing by that 4. So I had about a lot of room there. And they should be able to pick this up for the, oh no! Oh! Caught a rattler. Hey, no problem, baller.
All right, so Jen does have coveralls on her also.
No problem, man.
So
a hanger on the 8 ball. The 4 does go by that 8, or it goes off of it at least. I don't really like shooting it from where he's at now, though. If you take the 2, it gets you a good spot on the 4. I'm not really worried either if I'm playing this out for the 5 or 6 right now. I want to take care of my 4 ball first and then go up table. That's the route that I would go. Is he doing a safe here? I think he's putting him behind the 6 ball. Or is he cutting it? Yeah, he's putting a safe back here. Wow, that is a good play. There is a jump available, though. You have to, if he can get up over that 6 ball. That ball is jumpable. There are some players that you see, and I want to give Dan Thompson some props. He jumped right over this ball too, and a trick, or not really a trick, a thing that I've always done on jumping over a ball like that, which Ryan isn't going to do it, but is that if you put like the midway point between the edge of the cue ball and the 6 ball, and the midway point there, and if you can picture that on the middle of the on the felt, whatever angle from that point goes up and clears the 6 is the angle that I use for going down with the jump cue. So it like mirrors it, if you can picture that. And I think that's kind of I may be mistaken, but I think that's kind of a standard way to do it on some jumps, especially when you get closer. More so when you get closer, that you go the line in between the middle of both of those balls, and then you take from that spot and go up over the ball you're clearing, and that angle is the same angle that you want your jump cue to go, to make sure you clear. You can go higher, but that's the rule of thumb that I've used. I thought I'd learned that somewhere online a while ago. No, Greg, I don't hear an echo on my end. Is there an echo out there? Echo, 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 echo. Not on my end, though. Though. No, I don't have one at all up here, Greg. I'm not sure on these dials here. Again, there's a ton of dials and gauges and stuff here on the soundboard. I think when let me do this. Let me move my mic way a little bit and see if that goes down for you. I think when I crank the volume up on the mic so people can hear, then, and I bring the mic in closer, I think that might be where the echo comes from. No echo on your end. Baller, 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 baller. Of course there's no echo, baller. You're balling, dude. What do you expect? I wish I knew who you were. I must know who you are, right? Look at this shot. Oh my God. Oh, wow. Wow. Ryan Janikowski just did some sorcery. That was phenomenal. That may be one of the best shots that I've seen in this live streams. That was amazing. Unbelievable. Back cut, half masse swerve off the end rail. The cue ball curves coming down and makes the 8-ball. Oh my gosh, Ryan. We're not worthy, dude. We're not worthy. Oh, wow. Wow. 1-0. Race to 9. That is one heck of a start right there. Man, what a shot. Corey, man, I thought for sure where you put him, you're pretty safe back there. Wow.
All set, Jen? All right, moving on to game 2, Orange Border.
That was impressive.
Bingo. Good luck to everyone.
Man, oh man, Ryan.
The road is G60. G60.
Ryan, from now on, when you watch this back, you, instead of 11-8, you're getting 10-8 in one pocket. That's. I lost you a ball. In fact, by the time this match is over, you might be spotting me if you keep it up. Man, look at it. Everything's moving. Everything's moving but the 4. Oh, man. Oh, man. Another good spread and not a ball on the table was made. Unbelievable. Another Weaver break. This is where I go and sit down and watch my opponent run out on me and lament about how good my break was, but it really wasn't. So 1-0. Race to 9. Sean told me before the match started a couple of times that he'd get me out of here before 1 o'clock tonight. So we have that going for us, folks. We're going to be out of here by 1. Uh-oh. Oh, that'd be good. There you go. Everything's kind of open now for stripes, too. I like leaving that 13 ball there as a ball to get on the 8 ball or the 11, one of those two. In fact, I don't even mind the 13 to the 11, but he can go with the 14, 15, 10 and come back for these balls. But the thing, if you go from the 12 to the 11, from the 11 you're going to the 15. And then you're going to have to deal with that 14. I like this route right here, just because coming back for that 14 is wide open, right? But it's in the middle of the table on that side of the table. I kind of like going this pattern. I think he made a good choice. Originally, I was thinking the 12, then the 11, then get over on this 15 ball, but then you still have to navigate the 14 and the 13 both being in the middle of the table. Not a big deal, but now you don't have to worry about that. All these balls lead to one another. So it's not like it was a problem, but you made sure that it wasn't going to become one, if that makes sense. You see it sometimes, and people that play will leave a ball like that. It's very accessible, right? It's out in the middle of the table. Maybe it's over in the one quadrant somewhere, all by itself. And for whatever reason, we get it kind of out of line maybe on the last couple balls, and then that ball becomes tougher. Doesn't mean we don't still navigate it, right? But it just becomes tougher. So he was almost straight in on that ball and just took it out of the equation early on. I really like that, Corey. That's, in my opinion, a great choice. Yeah, I know, Billy Bob. I just seen your text on that, and yeah, I know. I fail on that part of it,
39.
the
And 39.
technology aspect. And it's really just like two buttons.
B15. B15.
Corey should just be able to stop. You don't want to roll forward any on this. Just you don't want you want to flatten the 11 more than make it steeper. That's a good shot too. Pull it back just about an inch and a half or two. Sean can go, center ball with a little bit of draw, a little bit of outside if you want. I like going a little bit outside and just kind of bring the cue ball kind of back where it is right there. I don't like coming flat off this ball just because you might end up below the 4.
14,
Like
15.
that there. It's that kind of shot. He got him on the 8, but you can end up having that cue ball release a little bit maybe, and lose it to that 4 ball. So I think it's a lot safer and more consistent to kind of bring it up above there. And then you get more straight in too. Which this is a makeable ball, don't get me wrong, but I'd rather be up towards that side pocket more. Kind of where the cue ball was before. It's this little small thing, it's a nuance, I guess you could say, but making it that so much percentage of an easier shot over time is going to win you more games. Simple math. It's a good ball, good shot. So 1-1. 1-1, race to 9. But yeah, you look at it like in the big picture. Some of the things that I mentioned as far as on the stream, shot-wise, percentage-wise, is things, arbitrary numbers for percentages. But I feel strongly that if you start, like example with that 8 ball there, not a hard shot really, but it was tougher than if he just pulled the cue ball up to the middle of the table more and got more straight on, right? So that ball straight on is maybe 97%, 98, or should be 100%, make it, right? You get to where Corey was, and it's hard to put an actual number on that, but that number, depending on your level of play, obviously, but that number is not the same percentage as if you're straight in. I think we can all agree on that, right? So if you have a chance to go from a shot, say 99%, and then another variation of it to go down to like 84, 82, 85, if you're going to short yourself 10%, why do that? See what I'm saying? Over time, that's going to bite you in the you-know-what. So when I mention those percentages and tipping things in your favor more and keeping them in your favor and playing the higher percentage play, that's what I'm mentioning on. It's not like the specific game or even that rack or possibly even that match. Over the course of like a year of play, that 10% difference or just kind of an arbitrary, that's going to add up and it's going to cost you. So why not work on that aspect? Get rid of it. Get rid of that. Instead of the 10%, move it up to, up to a 99% shot. That's, in my opinion, how a lot of us amateurs fail sometimes at making it as easy as possible for us that our game can provide. I mean, obviously, we all play like Federer or Shane. That stuff may not matter as much, but to them, it really does too, because their percentages, even though they're real small, are massive between that level at that level of play. So just keep that in mind. It's almost like playing poker. Keep the odds in your favor. Work the percentages some. Oh man, he needed to just tickle that 15 ball and open up that 6. So 1 will break it out though. If John wants to put some outside on this low right and go off that end rail and go right into the 15-10, I try to go into the stripes. I don't really want to go into the 6. I think if I go into the 6, I might get buried up there. If I go into the 15 and the 10, the 10 will go to the rail and clear back over to the left side of the table, and the cue ball will float down to the middle. Well, I think maybe one more practice stroke on that. Gave him a little bit more accuracy, I think. So race to 8 now. Sean Holmes at the table. We got bingo going in the background. Uh-oh. Taking the 13, the lower left. 11 ball will go in the lower right by the 3. 12 ball has a pocket. And the ball they have to work out is a 10 ball. And now they have to work out the 12 ball. Fortunately, he just rubbed off that 7, and that 7 came up. Now look at it. So now it gets a little bit more complicated. Unfortunately, Corey can't actually, I don't think he can get a full cue ball on this either. His play might be to go, well, he can draw back, never mind. Yeah, he could get more of a cue ball on it, but I think the play there might have been to go with some follow and right English and smack that ball so the cue ball goes, you see where the chalk is over there in the lower right corner? It would have went there, down to the bottom rail, over at the 7 ball. And it would open up the 12 to the lower left corner, or you could take it up in the upper corner. I think that might have been the play, but that takes quite a stroke to get it up there too. Now they can do the 14, shape the 9, and then move the 10 off this. And I think the 12 does go by the 7. So they can still run out here. The key ball again is going to be that 10 ball. They don't have to break it off there. They could use a 9, run the cue ball into the 6, and take the 10 down in the lower right corner pocket. So that is an option as well. You don't have to move it. And if you get straight on, say if you're like the 6, and you just come down and take the 11 next, and then try to get on the 12. But this is a key shot right here. See how he leaves Corey on the 9 ball. That'll dictate what Corey's going to do with the 10 ball. I kind of like going into the 10. You see on your screen on the lower part of the ball, and then the 10 goes off that rail to the upper rail over towards the upper left corner pocket. It's going to go in one of those corner pockets. So I bring the cue ball back out in the middle of the table, and I should be able to shoot the 10. I want to shoot the 10 in the upper left corner is what I'd like to do. That's how I plan the breakout. I don't want to run to the 10 so hard that it goes up on the left side by his hand right there. See where that hand is? Or you play it in the corner. Yeah, I kind of like Sean's angle he left him on there. I think I would have bumped that ball off that rail. Bump it, it goes 1, 2 rails maybe, and I take it in the upper left corner. But it's going to be a hard one to shape that 12 ball. I don't think he's going to be able to get back across over to the 11, so it's going to be almost like pocket speed on this. Look at this ball. Man, what a shot. Sean, that was an incredible shot. Look at the hold they had on the cue ball too. Now the 11 does go in the lower right corner. Corey just has to finesse this 12 by the 7 ball. Corey has that 4 ball working in his favor. If he puts a little bit of follow on it, just a tap of it, the cue ball is going to catch that 4 and it'll hold right there for the 11. So he's going to have to hit the 12 pocket speed, which will actually make the pocket open up more too. So he can cheat it to the rail more. And then a little bit of left. You can actually even throw a little bit of draw on this. Just stop the 4 ball, right by the 4 ball there. I think the cue ball is going to come down now. Just like that, he would have had the ball. Man, that was a pretty good try. So Ryan Janikowski at the table. 5 ball is an issue, and the 7 ball is an issue for them. Both of them have to move. The 5 does go on the side, but you got to be a little bit lower than where the cue ball is now, and I don't think that helps you to shape another ball if you can even get there. Now the 7 does go in the lower right corner if you can get over on that rail. But consider this then, if you go from the 4 go up table to the 6 and come back for the 3. 3 puts you on the 5, but you're going to have the exact angle to slide over to about right where that chalk is in the lower left side row to get up right over there. To me, that is way, way, way too small of a window. So I'm probably going to take the 6, try to get on the 3 here, and from the 3 I'm going to move the 7. And then the 5 goes in the lower left corner. And I'm probably going to at least get on the 1. I'm going to have a shot going from the 3 moving the 7. I'll have a ball up table. If he wants to, too, he could take the 1 right now, and then I like that better with the 6 being closer to the pocket. Makes it even a lot better bailout ball. So I'd take the 1 here. And then 3, use the cue ball off the 3 to move the 7. Hopefully that moves the 12 as well.
All right, moving on to a double bingo on your green border.
But the 6 is the way higher percentage shot here.
B6.
He's not going to really like that angle.
Yeah, thank you very much for the tips tonight.
But now John does have an angle from the 1 to move over by the lower left side row by the 7.
G55.
There is an actual, almost natural path to go over to the right side rail, towards the 12 ball, and try to shape the 7 ball or move one of those.
N37.
You're not going to scratch. In fact, I think if you try to scratch, it probably cue ball will end up ideal and bump the 12 square.
N44.
I think that's the play though from here. Or get Ryan on the 3 and have him take care of it. Well.
930. 930. I hear a bingo.
Huh.
Raise your hand. Thank you.
There's a safety here. But that 11 does go in the lower right corner. And if you do a safety off the 7 might actually end up moving the 11. And I was looking at like this cue ball off the 7 into the 12, make the 12. Then I think that the 7 might actually move the 11 and sell out the game for you. No, actually, it'll go up by the spot, but they'll still have a shot on the 11 from there. Because it'll bank in the side, or they could play it off the 3 in the low right corner, or just cut it. We're going to find out right here.
4872.
And it didn't move the 11, but it did open it up.
Not hearing any others. We're going to play that one winner.
Now the shot here is to elevate with the cue, low left, and bring the cue ball up above the right side pocket and go 1, 2, 3 rails back down towards the spot and play the 8 in the side pocket. The 7 is in play that way, and also the 3 ball's in play. So there's 2 areas there where you can really get in foobar shape. So with that in mind, if you hit it extra firm, you could even come down below the 3 and then have that little safe area below the spot to get on the 8 as well. I think the key thing, though, is on a shot like this is to make sure you make the ball, obviously. But if you're going to make the ball and not get on the 8 ball, then you're really not giving yourself a better chance to win by making it. So now there's also a line to go 11 lower right corner, up above the side pocket, up to the upper end row where that chalk is, and then come down to the lower left side rail. That's another path, but you think you really have to stroke the heck out of that cue ball to get there. And I don't know if he's going to be able to kill this enough to come into the 7. That would be ideal. Cue ball off the rail, hit the 7. Nope. Tough to hold it. So now I think Corey is going to have to play an 8-4 carom, lower right corner. Corey again giving a shout out to Annie. And I think there's room there for that ball to go by the 3, but not an easy shot at all. I'd be happy if I miss it just to get it over there to kind of clog that area up.
12. A12.
Oh, look at it. He cut it. Oh, my goodness. Holy cow. He actually tried. He cut that ball. In fact, he overcut it.
G4.
Wow. I thought for sure you're seeing a carom going, but man, oh man. That was thin.
G57.
Uh-oh.
G57.
Uh-oh. This is a thin cut too, though. It's made a lot easier if you can throw a lot of outside English on these shots right here. And kind of you swerve it inside of the contact point and let the English kind of bring the cue ball out. And when that cue ball grabs that 8-ball, it throws the living you-know-what out of it. Just load it up with some right English.
G59.
The only thing that really comes in play for danger is 2 rails up by him in that corner pocket with the cue ball. But he's going inside with it. That's hit it thin. You're good to go. Real thin. Very nice. Very, very nice. 2-1, race to 9, live at CRs Sportsbar in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. And our sponsors for this edition of the tournament, of course, CRs. And we got Frovic Stowing, Chris Frovic, for all your light and heavyweight towing needs. Monticello Auto Service, Mr. Ryan Janikowski, who's actually playing in this match. Give them a ring for all of your auto repair needs, maintenance, etc. And then Primo, John Hutton, roofing, siding, windows, gutters, painting, all of the above. Give them a holler. And of course, Action Man, Dave O'Keefe, Auto Body and Paint. A longtime sponsor of not only tournaments here, but also the stream too. So thanks to everybody on this on the sponsor list, and then of course all the other sponsors as well that have helped out with tournaments and with the stream over the last handful of years now. So Sean Holmes at the table. Breaking off the rail at the 1-ball. Got the one on the side. And another good spread. Look at these balls spread. And they made one this time.
12, 19, 48, 67. That is a good bingo.
So, pick what you want here, really. Solids are great. Stripes are great. I do like stripes a little bit better. Thing I'd really like is getting that 11. So 15, 13, 9, 12, 11, 10, 14. I mean, holy cow, look at these balls. These are the racks where you sit and look. It's like, is it really this easy? Are these really spread out this much? Man.
All right, moving on to a double bingo on your yellow border.
So this Friday as well, we have a match, and Friday's match will be from the upper division. There are 2 brackets, 2 different Fargo caps, and Friday is the upper division match between Jesse and Dave against Gino and Ryan Johnson. And that'll be a race to 11. I believe that is also a 6:30 start. And that'll be commentated as well. I'll be in the booth, but that'll be Friday night. We got a really good upper division match. Make sure you tune in for that. Billy Bob, your message. Willie.
G51, G51. Overalls, anybody? She'll be on her way. I-23, I-23.
Oh, there's a good shot too. So really a wide open table. This was the ball, the 11 ball. There's plenty of room to go by this ball. I'm more comfortable going to the lower left corner pocket, but I'm not at the table too. It just seems like optical illusion-wise, I'm avoiding the 8, I'm avoiding the 14, but there's got to be just plenty of room here. And if they make this, oh, nope. Was he doing a combo there? Or was going by there? See, I like going the 11 in the lower left corner. I think that was with being a bigger pocket, I think it would just be a little bit easier. But I don't know if he was trying to combo there or if that ball would actually go by there. It'd be interesting to see after the match. No. You don't want to do that. No. There's a better route to get on that ball, Ryan. Take the 4, get on the 6, and then slide over from the 6 into the 8 and the 2. What I would try to play, or you could get on the 5 and run from the 5 into the 8 ball and move that too. The 2 has a pocket. It goes in the side. I ain't going to really worry about the 2, but if I'm going to move a ball, I want to move that 8 ball. 2 goes in either side pocket, actually. But that 8 ball is going to be a little bit more work. Now, from here, I might even back up the 5, run the cue ball down to the bottom rail, up into the 8 and the 2. Bring their cue ball right down to the bottom rail and go over. Or you can take the 6 and run the cue ball 8. Problem with taking the 6 now, if you run into that 8 ball and you hit it kind of square, it's going to go over to the right side rail and back out, and it's still not going to have a pocket. Cozied it in. So there's a few ways to get on this as well, to get on the 2 from here, but I think the 5 to the 7, and then 7 to the 3, and then from the 3 you can get over to the right side of the 2. And you can shape it in the left side, or there's a real small window to take it up in the corner, but that's only going to happen if you overhit that ball. And it does actually go in the lower left corner by that 10 ball, but I don't know if there's anybody on the stream or in this building that's going to want to shape it over there. That's a good 3 ball right there, too. That's a good spot on that ball. Maybe a little bit flatter. Could have went over on the other side of that diamond up there on the end rail, just maybe a couple inches more. But Ryan's going to be able to run into these balls, that's for sure. Or come down. If you can get there, that'd be great. But I don't know if you can get there from where the 3 is right now. A little center ball and inside right would possibly get you there, but that cue ball is going to shoot off that end rail with any kind of inside English. I think the best lucky thing would be to go see where his cue is on the right rail, inside right from the 3 ball, right into that spot right there, and then bam, into the 14 ball. That's where, that would be the luckiest roll right there. Cue ball into there, into the 14, and then 2 up in the corner. I don't think he can hold that cue ball in that area for the 2 ball. But I may be entirely wrong too. And he got it just past it, where if he would have ran into that stripe, see what I'm saying? The lucky play would be go off the rail and run into that stripe. And now John is going to have to kick to get a hit. Don't know if he owns a jump cue. Gonna kick and go up table with it. Oh, that's a tough break. Tough break. Yeah, so next Monday night, for those of those people on the stream here, the leagues does start back up again, the in-house. So any of you that are home right now enjoying some homemade cheesecake or any other kind of pastry, you are playing next Monday.
B12, B12.
And I believe, as always, there's a waiting list to get in the league system. CR's Monday night in-house league has not only been one of the most popular leagues over the years, but one of the higher paying ones too. It's ran forever.
G60, G60.
Summer season just ended up tonight with the final week of the playoffs. That's a good shot as well. Keep that cue ball. You see, the reason I mentioned that, keep the cue ball so you have an angle on the 10. You don't want to be straight into this ball. Corey hit it so he just has a little bit of an angle from the 10. Cue ball goes naturally up to the middle of the table. You don't want to just, one of the worst shots in pool is a straight in ball
068.
when you're running out. Being straight into the money ball isn't as bad of a deal. And one of my worst spots is if you put a cue ball or an object ball right around the side pocket on the rail. A nemesis. Just to go up 3-1. Good shot. Very controlled. So they are up 3-1, race to 9. Live at CRs Sportsbar, Mark Weaver in the booth.
066.
Coon Rapids, Minnesota, the mecca of pool in the upper Midwest. Friday night, again, upper division match between Jesse and Dave, Action Man, and they're going to play Ryan Johnson and Gene the Machine Albrecht. That'll be a race to 11, and I believe a 6:30 p.m. start. Upper division match.
N32.
They're all fun, ain't they? I mean, all these matches are just fun. You get the bigger, higher rated horses, banging heads, and it really gets interesting. This game, Scotch can be such an equalizer, and also just so many things can happen.
064.
So 3-1, race to 9. Sean Holmes with another solid break. The ball that they would have to work out if they are going to take stripes is going to be the 11 ball, but there's a lot of room up there up table to take it in the side. And it does go in the lower left corner too, but I don't want to shape it there. I'm probably shaping that for the side if I can get anywhere. See where that chalk is in the upper end rail? Anywhere in that line right there would be really good. And if I'm Corey, I might be tempted here to take the 12-14 combo and draw from the cue ball straight back towards that chalk. And then I'm on my 11. I might be tempted to do that. I don't think he's going to shoot that. But I think it's fairly safe to do that because I know you're going to get on the 11 from there. See how they work this 11 ball out.
G46. G46.
It doesn't go by the 1. You know, I might be tempted. If that cue ball was out, like say where the 8 ball is, if it was over to the left a little more, I might be tempted to shoot the 10. Use the 10 as a camera and make the 12. And the reason for that is that the 10 would move out to the middle of the table, and that ball would help me get in the 11 ball. I might do that if the cue ball was out a little bit more. I wouldn't do it now, though. I think the cue ball is going to end up too far up table. But you see what I'm saying? If that cue ball was out to the left a little bit more, I think it was a perfect carom off the 10. 10 goes into the rail, comes straight across. And then I make the 12, and then that 10 would be in a better spot to help me shape that 11 ball. But we're past that part now.
N40. N40.
Now here's another way to get to it. You take the 10, Then shape the 9 in the lower left corner, but play your cue ball to get down to the bottom rail so that you shape the 11, or not the 11, the 13 in the upper right corner pocket, right? And if you get an angle so that you're just to the right of that straight in line, you run your cue ball up to the left of the 2 ball. We'll see if they get in that area. There is a spot, though, on the bottom rail. If you shoot that 13 in the upper right corner, there's a spot to follow naturally up to the left of the 2 ball, and you get the 11 on the side. You have to get there off the 9 ball, though. Don't try to do too much here. You got. Yep. See, now it could work. I think it might be too much of an angle on the 9 to do it now, but there is a shot there. You want to be right down halfway from the first diamond, just a little bit to the right side of that. But I don't think you can hold the cue ball now. I think there's too much of an angle. How about banking the 11 one rail across the upper right corner? With the 4-6 there, why not, right? You make the 11, you're going to win the game, but that 4-6 is until that 9 ball's gone, the 6 doesn't go. So now you can shape this. I think that's the 12. That might not be the 13. I'm sorry. Come down, up. Nope. And he actually had an angle on that ball there, the 12, to draw back and get in the 11. Sean ended up in a good spot with that cue ball. But now it's just going to be on Ryan and John to get in the 6 ball. You get in the 6, you're out. Just come back for the 4. Because they both go in the lower left. You just got to take, or lower right. You just got to take the 6 first. Be surprised if he runs into these. Yeah, you want to be right in there, and then just draw back off it and take the 4 in the same pocket. So I had an idea of doing away. I know we've talked about this in a couple other tournaments about some giveaways. All right, I had an idea to make it so it'd be kind of random. And you people that are watching the stream would have to interact. I know it's going to take a lot of effort on your end, but you're going to have to interact with me. So let's see if they get out here first. I'll shoot my idea. Now, Jerry has not heard this idea yet, so. So just relax, Jerry. It's not so we're not giving away the farm. Maybe a couple of chickens on the farm, but not the farm. But I'll go over when we finish this rack up here, an idea on how we can kind of have some fun with this. And I do have a Dunsky Dungeon hoodie that I've committed to give away on this. The only problem is that for you folks out there, it is a 3X. All right, and it's a sick-looking hoodie. And I've mentioned this before, but I want to give this away on the stream. However, it's a 3X, so if it doesn't fit you now, Thanksgiving's right around the corner. Halloween and candy is right around the corner. Go bob for some caramel apples. Maybe when Junior goes to bed, or little Sally or whoever, you know, a couple piece of candy, make it out of the bag every night or whatever. But you have time to kind of fatten up a little bit and maybe fit into the hoodie. But we'll do that one. But here's my idea. And John's just got a back cut to say here. Got to be careful to scratch in the side. Careful. Good shot. Look at that juice he put on that ball. Look at that English he put on that ball. That was beautiful. Well done, John. Well done. So here's an idea. So for a random way for the viewers and for the people on the stream here to be able to get a drawing or to win like whether like a pool glove or some chalks or something like that, right? Or a piece of cheesecake. But what we do is during the stream, to keep you people listening, I'll be honest, randomly, not at a set time, but randomly, one idea is that during the stream when I'm commentating, I start inserting a line from a TV show or a movie,
Oh, 61.
and randomly,
61.
and then whoever out there on the stream picks up what show it is and types it in first in the YouTube chat would win the prize for that specific giveaway. Now I can't do the hoodie tonight because we don't have. I don't have the authority to give that one away, and I don't have authority to give anything away actually right now. But that's my idea how we could have some fun and give away some prizes to you people and make it kind of fair because
B9.
by using a classic line from either a movie or a show, uh, it'll probably exclude some part of the audience because some of you might not know some of the actual shows. But for you old timers, or I mean for the more experienced people out there, you're a shoe-in. So like one of them, for example, and I don't want to use my best one to start out, but I'll do it during this game sometime, all right? I'll give you a heads up. We'll cheat on this one. So Corey's starting out with the stripes. Now the 9 and the 10 both go on the left side, and the 15 goes on the right side, and these balls are sitting really, really good for him. Both these teams, if you've noticed, have broke the balls very well. But and they've made a couple, but the spreads have been really, really good. There just hasn't been a whole lot tied up. The only things that have really kind of gone awry on some of the breaks is that a ball might be in front of another ball in the pocket. You know, not even tied up. They're just blocking the pocket. So I don't know if it's the lack of humidity or the temperature and the humidity, everything just being right, or what it is, but. So one of the very last balls that I would use, I would like to use a 9-ball last. And here's why. If I shoot the 10, that is the last ball, I can take the 8 in the right side pocket, right? If I shoot the 9 as the last ball, I can slide right into the 2, and then I'm straight in on the 8 upper right corner. I like the 9 using the 2 as my back for my cue ball. And then I'm just straight in. I feel that things can get a little bit dicey with going to the right side with by the 6 ball. It's not a big deal, right? But look how close that 10 is the 8. Let's say you roll forward on the 10 to play the 8 on the right side, and you bring the 5 ball into play. Then you don't have a shot. And it's a small percent chance that happens, right? And probably smaller than I'm even envisioning. But if you take that out of the equation, it never happens. Ever. So 13, upper right corner. I like it. Now, 10, 12, 9. Use the 2 for my backstop. And then the 8. If you do the 9 here and go to the 2, that'll work too. Because then that'll open the area up for the 10, maybe some. 9, cue ball into the 2, 12, then 10. The 8 does go on the right side, so it's not a real big deal. I just think it's a lot easier just to go straight in upper right corner. But I think he's going to do my pattern and take the 10 first.
56 number.
Yep. Ooh.
527.
Now.
527.
Does the 8 go on the left side pocket? Beady. That's a big question.
57th number, last chance for the 1300.
The 12 does go obviously on the right side, but if you shoot that, you might. I think you can shoot the 12 actually and still leave the 9 ball to back cut in the left side.
Next week this will be 57 numbers for 1400.
Oh my goodness. Oh boy.
G55.
This is gonna be dicey here. Possibly. Uh-oh. We gotta make them though. Gotta make them.
073.
So now for solids, the key ball will be the 6 ball.
069.
And the opening shot. because the opening shot, elevating to make it a 1 isn't like everybody's favorite thing to do, right? However, if he misses this and keeps the cue ball on the rail, um, Stripes is hooked. In fact, the safety might even be the best play here. Just roll, even he could roll into the left side rail and then just bump the 1 to up to the upper end rail, and Stripes is locked down. There you go. Yeah, take a look at that. Well done. John must have his Bluetooth speaker in. When I was playing One Pocket earlier, he was on my Bluetooth and I was explaining my thought process. And I think he left his speaker in. Ryan and I were playing some this afternoon. He came in to warm up a little bit. I helped him practice his kick shots. So you bump to 2 or bump to 6. You almost have to here, right? You almost have to bump to 6. You almost have to follow kind of firm and run into the 6 and then have the cue ball run through that. Careful of making the 8 though. That ain't gonna, no, ain't gonna go.
59-60, and the only
This is kind of a situation right here. Well, that'll get back up table. There you go. That'll work. So 3-2. We got a race to 9 tonight. Monday Night Leagues winding down. New season starting up. I know League Systems M8 and that is starting up again with the fall here. And pool season's in full swing. Last weekend here on Saturday and Friday they had the MPA season opener. 10 ball on Friday and 8 ball on Saturday. Place was packed full of players. A lot of fun, a lot of ring game action going on. And some really, really good pool. Billy Bob was up here Saturday adding money into last place. 64th place. There was only 48 players, but he paid 64th place $40 or something. I don't know. He was throwing money left and right. Billy Bob, though, you know what? You are not all. It was all sponsorship stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm not ever going to talk down to that, man. You're so good for pool, dude. You made so many people's days up here, and what I think you were doing is, if I remember right, was people were getting like 40s, like most of their entry and stuff back at finishing kind of random spots, and that's just cool stuff, man. It really is. Definitely, you could feel the energy in here when he started announcing. They started announcing that stuff, and you've done a ton for pool, man. We really appreciate you, Billy Bob. Anybody needs anything done with their garage doors or any kind of maintenance or looking at a new one, you know, give Dehan Garage Doors a call. They've been a sponsor for a long time, and like I said, Billy Bob does a lot, not just for the stream and tournaments here, but he does a lot with juniors as well. I believe he's sponsoring a couple of players, and he's a sponsor of that podcast, What Now in Pool. And pool needs more people like Billy Bob, that's for sure. So we got to get in the 8 ball. There's a few ways. I like coming back and forth and getting over on the left side of the table. You could also run into the 9 ball off the left rail there. That's another spot to go to. Or you could go 2 rails and get straight in on the 8. There you go. Nice shot, John. That was beautiful. Nice shot. Well done. Well done. And 3-3. We got a race to 6 now. And again, for everybody out there on the stream, Sean Holmes has told me a few times this late afternoon and about the stream that he would get us out of here by 1 o'clock. So, and I told him too. Him and I have talked a couple of times in the match, that last match him and Corey did, and those first few tables they had in that match were an absolute mess. They were messy. And, you know, it did start out a little bit slower pace and stuff, but, you know, there's sometimes on tables like that, there's not much you can do. You know what I mean? There's just messy tables, and you can't ask people to go up and just start flying, flying banks in or going for stuff, right? So I get it. It's I deal with tables where I don't break very well, so I understand about the messy tables. It draws things out sometimes, and then when you have a messy table, you also have the tendency then, obviously for more safeties, but then you're taking some shots that are maybe a little bit lower percentage, and sometimes those misses are gonna, just end up in weird spots compared to like a more open table, if that makes sense. It just seems to work that way, like when things are wide open and you just run around the table and you got all this room, great. But when things aren't going well, or if the tables are kind of messy and maybe you're missing a breakout or two, all of a sudden then when you miss or something, things just go in really weird spots. You know what I mean? You end up just making things worse. And that's what they had in that last match. Messy tables to start out, and then, a couple safeties here and there, tying up a couple more things, and then those tables even got messier. And it's going to take a while sometimes. And then once they got into a rhythm, they ran off. They won 4 games in a row or so. And both, Corey and Sean at the end of that match had started hitting the ball a little bit more firm, a little bit better. And that's going to happen too for all of us, all of our different levels. But there's also a thing, I think, that where when you're playing at a little bit slower pace, whether messy tables or not, it's hard to get in gear. It really is. It's hard to get in gear. It's hard to get in that rhythm. It's just I get it. But at the same time, you have to play at a pace well enough that you're not adding to the detriment of your game or something, Because there's that too. People. One thing you can do with someone that plays at a fast pace, if you play a little bit slower, you can actually throw them off their game by not playing fast like them and slowing them down. That can throw them off a little bit too. Same thing as if you play a little bit slower than normal, you're just not always going to be as sharp. So Ryan Janikowski at the table. He's going to hit these balls like he's mad at them. Check this out. Pretty good pop. Seemed like the rack didn't really move very well though. I don't know if they were a little bit loose or what, but they didn't really seem to blast. They just kind of. A couple of them barely even made it to the rails. And he hit it pretty good. You gotta take stripes here. Gotta. The starting ball would be the 15 or the 9. I like the 15, but when I play the 15, I'm going over to try to run into that 7 ball with my cue ball and get on that 11. Even if I get up in between there, that's fine, as long as I get a shot on it, like right there. Look at that cue ball. Oh my goodness, man, that was a good try, John. That was a good try. He actually opened up that 11 a little bit too, but I think Corey can't wait to shoot at stripes right now. He was probably dreading looking at having solids here. What a messy table. For solids, anyways. Yeah, you're welcome, Billy Bob. You're welcome, 100%, man. Well deserved too. Everything I said on that, well deserved. Man, this is a good-looking table for stripes here. Solids ain't really bad now either. 7 I'm not worried about. The 5 or the 3 moves that ball. The 1 ball is kind of yucky. The 2 balls, it's makeable, but when this ball's gone, then solids actually even gets better. Is that something you can have a mess like the solids where they're a little bit tougher? But as you take the easier balls, you're actually improving the layout for your opponent. I mean, you can't do nothing about it, right, sometimes, but... Uh-oh. 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 Well, 14 upper left corner, and then you're on the 11. That that far off, Sean. I wouldn't get too bummed on that. It was on other side of that 11. You're on top of it, and you have a cinch of a shot. So I think it was definitely a good play. 14 and just kind of a stop shot. The thing with a stop shot, if he slides the cue ball over a little bit, if it moves over towards that 12, then 11 gets a lot tougher. But you can always come back for it. You could roll forward on this 14 too. You don't have to follow. You don't have to stop. You could roll forward too. And that will still leave you on the 11. But I am certainly using these balls to try to get in the 11 ball. Two railer in the side. That cue ball though, Corey, it's perfect on that 11 right there. So now I back cut this 3 and move the 7 ball. Yeah, I back cut it right now. Bam. Because the cue ball is probably going to leave me on the 5. Then I take the 5 off the 10. Or you can do this too. Now he lost his angle from the 3 to move the 7. And he could have went 3 cue ball into the 7 and then took the 5 and took the 5 off that 10. And then that opens up that entire side. Now they still have to work on the 7, and they've got to work on the 2 and the 1. 1 goes in the lower left zone and the 2. But look at that 7 ball hanging out over there. It's almost like it's kind of hanging over there, jumping up and down, waving its hands up in the air, going, hey, I'm over here. Over here, you got to take care of me. So now you're starting to run out of balls here to do something with that 7 ball. And if you take this 1, how about moving that 9 with the cue ball, and then you open up the 7 to bank in the left side pocket. 1 ball, cue ball into the 9, then take the 2, set up a dead bank on the 7, 5 in the upper right corner. Or no, I think that ball actually might have came up a little bit short to go off the 5 into the 7. That was a pretty good try though. So now the 7 does not go in the left side pocket on a bank. It does, if you're Razor Ramon, it does slice up in the upper left corner or upper right corner, but I don't know anybody that wants to shoot that shot. I want no part of it myself. I think the very first shot that Ryan had though, if he back cuts that 3, the 7 is moved out of there, and they're racking by now. They're racking the balls. Now John could draw back off the 5 a little bit and make this 2 a little bit easier for Ryan to run into the 7. Oh wow, what a shot! Very good, John. Very good shot. Open up the 7 ball. Goes in the lower right corner now. Wonderful. Now Ryan's going to have to draw this ball, or no, he can go forward. Catch the point. Man, what a John Hutton. That was a hell of a shot, man. That was good stuff. That was really good. That's impressive. That was get your cheese ready, folks. Oh, I was just going to say that was a primo shot. But that one, ouch. Ouch. Man, that was a great out those guys were putting together there. Wow. These are the games now where Sean and Corey win this, break and run the next one, and these are the 2s and the 3s that Jerry has talked about, and I think Nick Varner had told him that's what wins and loses matches, races is the 2s and 3s. Everybody likes to see the 4 packs, 5 packs, 6 packs, but
Thank you very much for that tip.
now ooh, the wheels are coming off. Ryan says, all right, if you don't want to win this one,
068.
I'll win this one. Man, these teams are, you got to get these games, folks. You got to stop giving them back and forth. And how about this now?
65.
Oh, my goodness. This is a tough little back cut here. There's some scratch involved in this, and John might be well served to bank this ball on the upper right corner. How about banking it and drawing the cue ball right up towards that 10 ball, just sitting up there by the 10 ball? You leave Stripes in a pretty bad shot. No, he's going to back cut it. He ain't going to scratch on this. Look at that shot. Wow. Man, oh man, that was a good ball. Holy cow. I've seen a couple of shots there out of John that I'm impressed. Surprised, but impressed. That was really something.
917.
White Claw Willie on the stream now. How about that shot?
I want to know how you fire that ball in, but miss that straight in.
Oh, miss the straight. Well, how about the 2 ball to break that 11 off
That
the
was
rail?
a great shot.
That's great. The thing that I find out of those 2 shots, Billy, is this. Billy Benson on the stream, is that John is better off if he doesn't have a straight in shot. Every off-angle shot that he shot, he stroked right in. Man, that was impressive. And there was a lot of scratch in that 8 ball, too, in the side pocket. There was a lot of scratch in that. Now I'll just draw off that ball. And how about that one that he cut in the lower left corner and spun with all that outside English?
Make sure it didn't get
Yeah,
inside.
and avoided the scratch. Yep.
Mine would have went right in the side.
It was a lot of scratch in that ball, yep.
I think I did it twice on Saturday at the MPA season opener.
Uh-oh. That makes it tough to win, man. That's for sure.
See if he can make a ball here. He's been struggling. He made one last time, though.
Yeah, that last one, I don't know if he racked him a little bit loose or anything, but it just seemed like they clunked really weird. There's a better spread. 15's going.
Yep.
Yeah, look at that mess over there. Uh-oh. Beep, beep, beep.
I think he was talking about his new fire truck he bought.
Is that what he said? His fire truck?
Something about that.
Oh, my. That mic must be really high up over the table because every little thing they're saying is getting picked up. Is this normally down?
I think it
Is
goes
that
right
is
to
that normally,
tape.
is that where it is? Yeah, there's tape right there, right?
I don't know if the Florida vacationer's listening. Maybe he can text you and let you know.
Well, it's 8:40 down there. Jerry might be asleep by now.
Yeah, that's true. He does go to
He's
bed around that time.
Getting up to that age.
A nice shot.
Yeah, that's another good ball. Hutton's bringing the game, man. He's playing good. Stroking a few really good shots and just don't leave him straight in. Now, if Ryan can draw straight back in this 9, about a foot left where the cue ball is, there is a back cut in the 13 that'll move the 11 and the 8 ball.
Or would you go for it here?
I might go for it there, but I don't know if Ryan should.
Try to push it down off that one.
Yeah, I kind of like using the 9, coming back and making.
Play the 13.
Yeah, then do the 13. But I might be wrong on that. Maybe the 13's an easier cut than.
But now if you hit it there with that 13,
Yeah.
you might leave that 8 ball still there. Oh, it should be open though.
Yeah, the H. Oh, he's going to go forward. Oh, no, he's going to miscue. Yeah, he did that. He did that playing one pocket, too, a few times. I told him he should get a new tip.
Well, at least he didn't break those balls up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Jerry, we're good with that. October 3rd. Yep.
Did he mention about the volume?
Jerry? No. No. A couple other people said it was a little bit low, and then somebody has an echo out there, too, but I didn't think the others had an echo. So I don't know what they're. Maybe it was only one of them that said there was an echo.
Well, I'm going to let you get back here. I got a couple
All right,
things I gotta
Billy.
do.
All right, Billy. This one right over here. I get you. I'll train you in on this, Billy.
067. 067.
Huh? All right, good luck. Hope it all works out okay for you.
065.
All right, thanks, Jerry and Billy Bob. Billy. Oh, kind of plugged in. I think the 2 still goes, though. I think he can make that shot.
930. 930.
The problem, if you want to shoot away from it and avoid the double kiss, you might go for a swim off that 9 ball. And if you go straight at it, I'm going to probably have to go over there and take a peek at this. No, he's going to be good. Watch the cue ball on the side off the 9 or even just straight in by itself.
B13.
Yeah, watch the cue ball.
B13.
Watch the scratch. A lot of scratch here. Oh, good, 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 good. Wow, what a good shot. What a good shot. Very nice. Very, very nice, Sean. Well done. 8 ball goes by that 14, and these guys have a chance to tie this up.
927.
I kind of figured on this match that this was going to go back and forth. I didn't think either one of these teams was really going to run out from the other one. You know, get like
B8.
you know, put together 4, 5, 6 in a row or something. Kind of thought it'd be a back and forth battle. Sean has again promised that we'll be out of here by 1 o'clock though, so. And I did tell him, my very first thing I said is I guarantee I'll be out of here before 1 o'clock. Thank you though, Sean.
5567. That is it at bingo. Are there any others?
Go down to the bottom rail and come back up.
Not hearing any others. Okay, that one winner, $50.
Nope.
Congratulations.
Drew back. Very nice too. Better yet. Better yet. Better yet. Well done. The better route than going down to the rail, I think.
Jen, do you still have hands up for the bonanzas? Should I do a last call?
Now you want to be obviously to the left side of the one. You don't want to be over here on the right side.
Okay. All right. so
And the
now-
table's setting up really beautiful for him on this. 6 goes with the 7. 7 is
all right.
very, very easy to get to the 1 ball.
Order I-23.
The only way they get in trouble is if they try to get close on the 1. I don't know if he's trying to. He's just going to punch over. Careful of the side pocket if you get too crazy with this cue ball here. Whoa, what was that? That was.
G60.
I don't.
Else need bonanza?
I'm not sure if he had to even.
Anybody
I guess he had to try to do something with that.
I am not seeing any hands.
But
Yes?
I don't know if that was actually a legal shot. I don't know if they actually called a foul on that, but kind of looked like a scoop jump.
I-28.
Which back in the day, way back in the day, you used to see scoop jumps up north all the time in the bars. And if you called it as a foul or something, you're probably getting beaten up. So redneck rules, I guess you could say. That if they were jumping from the bottom of the ball, or they were doing it all the time. Putting the cue ball as low, the cue as low as possible, and jumping it up over in a scoop shot. They did it all the time up there, but you don't call it up in the bar up there anyway. So yeah, I don't know what that. I don't think that was a legal shot myself.
072.
But
072.
I'm only. I think over here, I think we're only refereeing if we're asked to referee. I did mention a few matches ago if we
57.
got like yellow flags in football and we seen a foul, we could toss it from here onto the table. And then like Jerry could blow a whistle.
All right, bonanza sales are closed.
we could call fouls from over here too.
And 4-2. G59. G59.
I would just like to see if we're going to start, if you ever did throw like yellow flags for fouls as a referee or whatever, how long it'd take until somebody got hit right in the noggin with that flag. Because from over here at the booth, that's a long toss.
B6. B6.
And I'm pretty sure that the whistle wouldn't last very long either, right, Jerry? Oh, my. We don't even have 2 matches. We have 1 match, and I'm in the second match mode already. So buckle up, folks. Come around 3 rails with this. Watch the side. Watch the left side pocket. Oh, yeah. See, watch the left side. Yep. Oh, swim. Yeah, watch the left side.
G46.
That is a dangerous path with that ball right there. And I don't mind his play on that, but that's a dangerous path. It's a shot. If you're coming around, if you have to take that path on a ball coming around like that, and we do sometimes in 8-ball and maybe in other games too, but if you do have to take that path, that's a situation where you make sure, it's going to sound simple, but what do I have to do to not scratch? Because you know the ball's going in that direction. So you either have to choose to go underneath it or above it with your English you put on the ball or how you manipulate the cue ball. One of those situations where I've mentioned before where there comes times in a run out where instead of necessarily looking for where you want to put the cue ball, you look at an area where you don't want to go. Okay, obviously you don't want to scratch, right? But sometimes that area where we don't want to go is so big that it's easier to avoid than getting on a really fine, finite spot for shape. So then we ended up, getting hooked on balls or something because of it. Good shot. Follow it through like that. Get off the rail a little bit. But it is sometimes, you might leave yourself a longer shot, but you're guaranteeing you're on a ball. And if there's other situations that come up, I usually try to point that out about, okay, look for where you don't want to go with the cue ball here.
So Jen will have coveralls on her now, so if you would like to get them for the second.
Good shot, good shot. Now look at this. He moved the balls, but he put the cue ball up on that rail too, where if he had missed that or even rattled that, they would have had a back cut on that ball in the lower left corner, which was not an easy shot. And I know in 8-ball people don't always focus on 2 ways, and you don't want to necessarily, miss a shot because you're playing a 2-way, but there's a lot of times it comes up, especially when you start getting towards the last ball or the 8-ball where there's a 2-way involved. Okay, if I shoot this one and just roll it in, I'm great. But if I put a little 2-rail follow on it, if I miss it, I'm putting the cue ball in a spot where my opponent doesn't have a good shot. So you kind of hedge your bet almost on your last shot or your money ball shot. Sean Holmes breaking the 1 ball. And that one was kind of clunky too. But look at how everything's spread. Wide open. And I think the 9 does go. That's a ball up there on the foot spring or the head spring, the head spot. 9 does go in the left side pocket. And that would be my opening shot. Thank you, Ryan, for making me sound good. You might not have made me look good, but you did make me sound good. Oh, somebody's in a hurry now. Ryan must have a steak dinner date with somebody. I'm not sure who, but he's making 2 balls at a time, so maybe they're late for Benny or whatever. I think if you take this 14, John, and just roll it, slow roll an 11, you'll put Ryan on that 13 in the upper left corner.
B1 forward.
That's a good play too, though. That'll work. Yep. Oh no! Oh hey! No more talking about the Ford trucks, fire trucks.
17. 917. I hear a bingo.
What's up, Joey? Hey, Joey, man, you still didn't take me up on bringing my Will Smith CDs and helping you out at one of those DJing gigs you got, man. I got my stack of CDs ready. I'll open for you. Or close would probably be more likely, right? But thanks for tuning in, man. Yeah, we got the live stream, we got a Scotch doubles match, and we got Monday Night Football going on. Living the dream.
Not hearing any others. We're going to pay that one.
What do you got against Will Smith, Joey?
Congratulations.
It's summertime. Actually, no, it is officially fall, is it not? Oh, no. Uh-oh. Well, the 4 does go, but you got to get, I don't think they can make it now.
Moving on.
If you can, I'd definitely shoot it, but the thing they're going to have to work on for solids is just that 3-7. Excuse me. The 4 does go if you can get up on the other side of the 14 ball.
I2-1.
The 3-7 is a little bit messy, and I think the 5 ball will open these up. Cue ball off the 5, make it in the side, run down right into the 3-7.
075.
You got to bump it, though. Uh-oh.
I-26.
Nope. Well, they got the 2 still, so they're going to have to figure something out here at the 3-7. And I like doing this. I like going from the 2 to the 1. And then I go to the left of the 6 so I can take the 6 in the lower left corner. And then I bring the cue ball down to the bottom rail and get on the 7 or the 3. One of those balls leads me up to the 4. And then I just shape the 8. So I go from here to the 1 ball.
G52.
And I want to stay below the side pocket. And I want to go above it. Like somewhere right in there is pretty good. A little bit higher maybe.
064.
Now actually, I think Corey can take the 6 if he wants. And I think he can run the cue ball back over and just bump the 7-3 gently. And then you have the 1 ball for your next shot if you don't like the 7 or the 3.
069.
I kind of want the cue ball to be up a little bit more off this 1 because I want to have an angle just to back cut the 6 and run into the 3-7. He's doing my shot, yeah. 6 ball works. Come over into the 7-3.
068.
And just like that, beautiful. And then you have the 1 ball as well. Now I go 1 to the 4 and then come down for the 7-3 and then shape the 8 off that. I don't shoot either one of these balls right here. I go 1 ball, follow into the rail, and get up above the 14 and then take the 4 next. It's not wrong to do this either, just so you know. This works too. 7-3, 1, 4, 8.
G49.
7-3. Yep. Beautiful. And that'll work too. Race to 9, Kevin.
G54.
Race to 9 on this one. Now you just got to be careful that you don't leave like a super thin cut where you got to run into the 14 and scratch in the corner.
And 36.
And you don't want to leave yourself kind of weird on the 1 either. I want to be able to get up on that rail. I want to go into the side rail. That's really good, Corey. That's really, really good. I don't want to be there. I want to go into the side rail and get up on the upper end rail. That's where I want to be. I don't want to bring that 13 ball into play for shaping the 8 ball. So I follow. I think he's going to end up more straight on in the 4, which would be fine. See, now the 13's in play. It's not a big deal, but I would prefer to be up on the upper end rail for shaping the 8 off this. There is a possibility to scratch off this ball in the upper left corner too. carom double kiss right off that 13, and then the 14 over there is kind of as a bumper too. So kind of a risky little shot here. I mean, the chance to scratch is pretty low, but it's there. Corey will probably just hit this perfect and go straight in the 8 and make me look dumb. So I prefer that too. Make me look dumb, Corey. Hit this good. There, that's a good shot. Lengthy, but good control. Good control. But you see the value though of getting the cue ball up on that rail or more straight in, so you can draw back, into the side rail and get the 8. Getting where that ball wasn't ideal in my opinion. I would have preferred Sean to go into the side rail and get up to the upper end rail. But this is a ball we're supposed to make all the time too. Good shot, dead center of pocket. Well done, Sean Holmes. Well done, man. So 5-4, race to 9, live at CRs Sportsbar. Mark Weaver in the booth. Mr. Jerry Johnson is dangling the toes down in the pool in Florida. So I'll be back in just 1 second. Race to 9. So Sean Holmes at the table. Ryan and John are over here by 21. So they haven't gone on break. They're not on a player's break. So make sure everybody waves Grandpa and Grandma back to catch the rest of the match, because they're not actually on a player's break. Another good spread, man. Look at that break. Look at that break. Well done. Every one of his breaks has been solid. And Ryan has too. I think the only time that they haven't really made a ball is that it seems almost like the rack's a little bit loose. It, kind of thuds when they break it. John and Ryan are actually over by 21 here, checking out the football game. If you can imagine that. No, they're watching the pool game. Good shot, good shot. Look at that control on the cue ball. The 9-10 combo, unless the 9 goes. I think we were in this situation once before where Corey ended up having to shoot a combo in that lower right corner, but and the 8 does go in the right side pocket, but it's kind of snug. I think it does go in the upper left corner too by that 6, but I think it's equally as snug going that direction. And I think once that 10 is gone, it'll go on the left side. Or not the 10, the 14, I'm sorry. I think it'll go on the left side pocket too, but it does go in the upper right corner as well. So there's a lot of options for that 8 ball. And it might not, actually it's not as tight to the right side as it looks from this view from the booth. Not on the stream, but on the booth view. Well, Corey, you're going to shoot the 9-10 combo here. Or if the 9 goes, how about the... Yeah, he's going to do the combo. I like it. The 9 would go on the left side. And if that 8 does go on the right side, that's not a bad play. 11, 12, 10, 9 to the left side, and then roll forward and take the 8 on the right side. That's not a bad play. Thing on this is they're going to have to navigate likely from one side. Oh no! Oh, just hung it. The 9's in a good spot too, but just hung that one up. So Ryan Janikowski at the table. Again, sponsor of the stream here, Monticello Auto Service. And his partner, John Hutton, is a sponsor as well with Primo. And they've been a big part of the streams as well as the other sponsors have as well too. You know, big shout outs to every one of you. You know, Billy Bob is definitely, as I mentioned before, done so much, but that isn't in any way to not give credit as well to the rest of you. You're phenomenal sponsors for a number of years now. And the community is really appreciative. A few of them are actually also sponsors of the What Now in Pool podcast. If you haven't checked that out, there's another episode coming out in the next day or so with Ty Wilson. The teaser is online, and we started that up a couple months back. First episode was Jerry Johnson. We've had Scott Baird on there, and it's just getting better and better. There's so much content. I was telling John Hutton, who's one of our sponsors as well, earlier in here today when I was playing some one puck with Ryan, that if we went every other week, we have enough committed guests right now to get us into next spring. So thank you, every one of you that is committed to be on the show, and then also thanks everybody for the interest and support too. We really, really, really appreciate it. And it's really, really overwhelming, not underwhelming, but overwhelming, just the amount of support we've got on the podcast. And it is out in Barry Cedegren's, a.k.a. Barry Allen, in his studio in home in St. Michael. That's where we do that stream. And I've commentated here for a handful of years now, and it's kind of a good situation for us because it does give us some flexibility up there, and we have more with the studio setting. It'd be easier for, as far as in a podcast, to have multiple guests in too, so which we are planning. And Barry does have a mobile studio that he's put together with an RV, and we do have a mobile studio now. So we have not done a podcast from there, but we do have the ability to bring the motorhome down, park it in the street out of here at CRs, and get 4 or 5 people at a time and do a show. So maybe one of these big tournaments, what we'll do is we'll have the RV out there, and I'll start grabbing people randomly, and we're going to do all kinds of content from the RV mobile, What Now in Pool, the podcast. So check that out. We got a YouTube page. Hit subscribe on there. It doesn't cost you nothing. Doesn't cost you nothing for the CR. Subscribe either on their YouTube and on Facebook as well. Just go hit the like button, and that'll follow you. We appreciate it. Man, what a shot. Mr. 3 1/4 inch pocket. That's what I call him now. Mr. 3 1/4. We were playing the ring game Saturday here, and I was giving him crap. Saying, okay, let's see it, Mr. 3 1/4. He has a tight pockets up there at his 9-footer, and sells up in Monticello. Me and Rob had actually put the rail system on. He ordered it from Diamond, and the cloth is new, so they're playing a little bit more generous right now, but man, oh man, is that thing tight. Excellent for one pocket, though. I don't know if anybody out there knows, but I have a soft spot in my heart for the game, to say the least. And the 2-ball. What are we going to do with you? How about this? Roll forward on the 1, leave a back cut on the 5 on the left side, and run the cue ball right down into the 2-ball. Roll forward just about at the side pocket with this ball. And then the 5 ball on the left side, cue ball runs right down to the 2. Oh boy, now we got some work. That would have worked though. When see where the right above the 8, cut the 5 left side. Cue ball runs right down to the 2 gently. 2 goes up above the 11, and then the cue ball would sit, so you take the 4 in the upper right corner pocket. Jake Doby. Carboni's has some excellent desserts. Now that you mention it, they really do have some excellent desserts. One of the best actually is not FDA approved, but for the joke purposes, we'll say it isn't. I don't want to get in any trouble. But it is great for any aches and pains. And that's their cheesecake. It does wonders for any back issues or tendinitis or carpal tunnel or any of those little aches and pains and those things like that. Get yourself some cheesecake. And it magically goes away. If only for a few minutes, right? But it goes away. That's a pretty good cue ball right there. Now, here's what I like to do. If I can make that 2 with this 11 ball, I'm going to send the 11 ball up table and park it up there by that left corner pocket, upper left corner pocket. Load it up with some left English. Hit the 11 thin into the 2, make it, and then the cue ball just kind of kills up there in the upper left corner pocket, and Solids is in a lot of trouble. They don't get anything done from up in that upper left corner, I guarantee it. But you have to make the 2. I think he can pocket that ball. Because I think if you start shooting stripes in here, you're going to end up losing the game. If you make the 9, what's that going to do for you? You back up to 12 in the upper left corner. Ugh, nobody wants to do that. It doesn't do any good here to make any stripe. A shot that I could do though, how about shooting the 12 in between the 5 and the 8, and then running the cue ball up to the upper left corner pocket as well. You don't move the 5 or the 4. Well, we're going to go this route. I'm not sure on this, but we'll see. See, now. You miss the 9, and you give control of the table back to Solids here. So important that even if you, like, say if you break and you make a ball and you don't run out, you're still controlling the table, right? You have control of it. You have to execute to still maintain control, but you're at the table. As long as your opponent's sitting down, you're at the table, and you control it. So the same thing kind of happened here in this game just now, is that I don't feel that there is any advantage to making the 9 ball. I mean, now the cue ball is in a spot where you could take the 12 and maybe break out the 11, right? But there was so many, I mean, not many, but there was safety opportunities there that if you execute them, Solids isn't going to run out on you. And I think you give yourself a better chance to win. So 5-4, race to 9. Ryan Janikowski at the table, and I don't blame either team now for slowing down just a little bit. It's starting to get to that point in the match, right? There's a lot of money on the line here. And this is going to be, well, there's a back cut on the 4 in the side. And there's also a shot, how about this instead? Instead of back cutting the 4, play the cue ball off the 4 into the 11 and call the 2. And there's a good chance by doing that you might make them both and just shoot the 8 in the side. There's a really good chance if you do that, you're going to make both balls. But I would call the 2, and if you make the 2, you're going to have the 4 in the upper left corner. Yep. Cue ball off the 4, right where the number is on the lower part that we see on that ball. Just graze there, run the cue ball into the 11, make the 2. 4 ball goes over to the left side of the table. Either sits in front of the side or you take it up in the upper corner. then you just shoot the 8 in the side pocket. You got this, John. You can make this 2-ball, buddy. Pocket speed, a little bit more than pocket speed, actually. I don't want to get tucked behind that 11 at all.
Bonanza, 30
Graze off the
meters,
numbers
or
of the 4.
numbers or less,
Real thin and go right in the 11.
down from there. Good luck to everyone.
Come on, John. You got this ball.
Oh,
Yep.
75.
Yeah, right there is your path.
Oh, 75.
There's your path. Don't worry about the 4. Just worry about running into that 11, because you run into the 11, you're going to be on the 4 or you're going to be on the 8.
G53.
Just don't hit it Mach speed. Or cut the 4 into the 11 too. Yeah, oof. Yeah, I don't know. I like the carom there myself, but that's
15.
probably individual preference over, maybe being the right ball. Let me see if there's a plug-in thing back here. Oh yeah, there is.
D9.
So I'm going to take this. Wait a minute. Another one here.
I-23. I-23.
One of these is
Oh, 73. Oh, 73. And 37. And 37.
okay. Sorry, folks. Doing some rewiring up here, Jerry. Trust me, you'll like it when you get back.
I-19.
You got that to look forward to, Jerry. A mystery of what I just did up behind the counter here with the cords. Wait a minute. There we go. Yes. Much better, much better. So, roll the cue ball over to the right rail. 8 ball, upper right corner. Upper right corner.
G49.
Put you up 6-4.
G49.
Oh, a little bit of a back cut now. Man, that kick that you did, Ryan, with that was sick, man. God, that was sick. Wow, what a shot.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing. There was no 3-rail available. There was nothing.
Yep.
It was
Just kick it and then kind of curve back off that end rail.
pinching so much
We got Ryan Janikowski up in the booth right now.
067.
because they take so long.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh. That was,
This is the 50.
oh, my goodness. All right, you got to go back to the table, dude. You're going to get me in trouble.
And 43.
Oh, my God. That was good stuff. Well, Ryan was giving me a play-by-play about that kick shot he did early in the match to make the 8 ball. So again, next Friday we got a match. Jesse Engel and Action Man Dave O'Keefe will be taking on Gino Albrecht and Ryan Johnson, and that is a race to 11 and BCA rules, of course. Be in the booth. I think Jerry might be back by then. If not, I'll have a couple people that are wandering around in the room during the tournament and stuff, and get some people to hop on too. Normally, there's a few players that are willing to hop in for a few games or whatever. So, but we got you covered. Friday evening, 6:30, another match. Watch out, cue ball. Oh boy, that was his first break where that cue ball kind of got weird. Yeah, ball in hand. I remember my first game too. Just kidding, Ryan. Remember my first game of pool too. So look at this now. Solids. The only real deal with the solids that would be an issue would be the 3 ball. Oh boy. Watch a double hit on the cue ball here. Oh, hit it good. Well done, man. Well done. And these guys should be off and running here. $14 is going to be a little bit. I like 15 here and then going to the 14.
G51.
14 is going to be just a little bit dicey because when you come off that rail, you're going to rub that 3. So what that does, that leaves me the 11 and it leaves me the 10 off that 14 ball. I've got 2 balls that I can shape off that. And if I'm going to shoot that 14, I either do that now after the 15 or I leave it as my last ball to get on the 8 ball. Which might be the better route, actually. Oh my goodness, look how deep that ball is. Man, that is deep. And now solids, everything goes. So the only ball that's really kind of a little bit of work is going to be the 3 ball. But 6 gets you on the 3. Just a little bit of a cut in the side. And they're going to have to take to 7 before they do anything with the 1, of course. So start out with the 2. If you want to take the 6, I mean, it's not the right shot, but that does move the 3 as well. I don't know if anybody would shoot that, though. They don't like money if they do. There we go. Now, how about getting a little aggressive here off the 5 if you want? You could, well, no, just go over to 7. Don't move the 10. Just get on the 7. 7 gets you to the 4. 4 gets you to the 6. 6 gets you to the 3. And then the 3 leads right back across the table for the 1 in the lower left corner.
So what I did not call was B11.
Let's put some right English on it, about 130. Just get up above the 7 ball here. Come off the rail, though. Don't leave too much of a back cut.
39.43. The only G
Well,
The only OS I didn't call was 65 and 71.
I might be tempted. I might be tempted to shoot the 1 here, just because of that weird angle on the 7 ball. But it's not the right shot. Take the 1. Taking the 7 is the right ball. My target on this is to draw over into the 8 ball with the cue ball. And I shape the 4 or the 6 next. Or come down to the bottom rail. You can come around 2 rails too. I think that's what Corey's drawn. Yeah, he's going to draw back off of it, just like that. Ooh, now what do we do? Oh boy, this is going to get into. Now, slide over and get on the 1. 1 to the 6, 6 to the 3, 3 to the 8. Natural drift off the 4 ball to get on the 1 ball. Natural. This is just natural shape. The cue ball is going to float away from the 1, so don't get too aggressive with the speed here. You don't want to back cut this 1 too much. You'd rather come up a little bit short than go long. Or go off the end rail, and then, well, that works too. That works really good. Back cut with low left, come out on the 6, and then take the 3. That worked good, Sean. That shot worked out very well.
All right. Anybody else need coveralls?
Take the 1 here. Don't take the 6. Yeah, take the 1. As long as you're straight in on the 6 or to the right of being straight in, you're good. You don't want to be. You can be a little bit to the left of straight in, because then you can just run into the 14 with the cue ball. But you don't want to be extreme to the left. You don't want to be like where you are now.
Again, thank you so much for the tips.
Just shoot the 1 and shape the 6. Go over to the left side rail and shape the 6. He's going to shoot the 6 now. Uh-oh. Okay. Man, what a good shot, Corey. What a good shot. Cue balls, not too bad. Sean's got to elevate a little bit over the 1 ball, but man, that is not an easy shot that he did on the 6 right there.
070.
I liked low left on that 1 and coming over to the side rail and then shaping the 6, but there's a lot of ways to get out. Mine ain't always right. No commentator is always right. Well, maybe Jeremy Jones and Scott Frost, they're up there. They're right. They're right. They're right very, very often. So I shouldn't say no commentator is always right, because if anybody is on this planet right all the time, I'd give the nod to Jeremy Jones. The GOAT, for sure. Scott Frost is right up there too, but Jeremy Jones is in a class in and of himself, for sure. If ever there was going to be an actual professional commentator, Jeremy Jones would earn that title. Everybody else is just chasing him, I think. All of us amateurs. Natural shape, come across. 2 rails actually. 1, 2. Oh no. You got to hit that one. You got to hit that one with not like hard, but you got to hit that one with authority, Corey. You got to stroke that ball in. You don't. That's not a ball to lay it in. Just lay it in. He may have even been trying to hold the cue ball on that side of the table. You need to shoot that ball firm enough to where the cue ball goes to the left side rail and back across for the 8. And then you don't have that where the 3 kind of floats out on you and you miss it like that. When you rewatch this, Corey, learn from that trust your stroke on that ball and hit that with a stroke on the ball rather than just kind of chinsing it up there. Stroke it in, bring the cue ball across, and then back across for the 8 ball. 100% I know you got that shot in your tool belt. I know you do. When you looked at this stream, Corey, you're gonna agree with me on that. I've said it so many times watching this stream, and I've said it for a lot of different players. I trust your stroke more than you do, meaning that I trust you to be able to hit that ball. I believe in you, and you just need to believe in it too. So now Corey and Sean have a chance to take this game back and pull within a couple of the hill. So thanks everybody for tuning in. I've seen pretty decent numbers from Monday night. I know I'm battling Monday Night Football right now, but we're doing our best to keep you guys and gals intrigued on this. But race to 9 tonight, 1 match only. Good shot, Sean. Good shot. And just for those that maybe are in a cave right now or something, it's 14-7 in the football game. Detroit over Baltimore. The Motor City Kitties up by a touchdown. 7-4. Corey and Sean on top. Race to 9, and again, the sponsors on this tournament, this edition of it, Frovik's Towing. Chris Frovik, light and heavyweight towing, all your needs. Chris was defeated in a broomstick match with John Stitch a while back, and I don't know if I've seen Chris since. Not saying that had anything to do with it, but John has beaten a few people in pool with that broomstick, so do not hold your head down too much, Chris. Monticello Auto Service and Primo, John Hutton and Ryan, both sponsors of this, and then also the action man, Dave O'Keefe, who will be in action here Friday night. So not only pitching in the stream, pitching in for the tournaments and participating as well. That is how they roll. That's some good sponsorship there. Another good break. Another good break. Everything's spread out nice and well. Solids are very, very, very runnable. I like taking that 4 right now, but the ball to really kind of worry about is the 5. Here's the thing. If you're trying to shape the 5 from the 4 here, if you don't get in the 5, you're shooting a 7-1 combo. So I might actually target with this cue ball. If I shoot this 4, I'm going to probably target to come up on the right side of the 10 and get on the 1 or the 7. So I got the 1 in the upper corner or the 7 on the left side. That gives me 2 balls to shape. If I go too far that way, I've got the 1 in the side. I don't really like floating towards the 9 because if I get weird there, I'm going to shoot a 7-1 combo, and I don't want to do that for my second shot. So I think the best option here is to take the 4, run up to the right of the 10 ball, and get just past the side pocket. Again, you got the 1 in the upper left corner. You get the 7 in the side. You might even have the 5 in the side. Let's say you go that route, and you just go above the 10 ball. Then you take the 5. Then everything gets easy from there. If you go a little bit further, then you got the 7 in the side. If you go too far, you got the 1 in the side. That's my path, but we'll see what. That way, right there, and he's on the 5 ball. I like it. I like that. I like that shot selection, Sean. Very, very, very much like that. Now you take the 5, roll over, get on the 2. 2 brings you back for the 6 or the 7 or the 1. There's your out. Shoot the 5, just roll the 5 in, get the cue ball past the 12, and you're on the 2, and everything's getting easy from there. Just don't float so hard that you end up on the 2 or anything. I mean, this is where you want to roll, slow roll, like you did the 3 last rack, Corey. Nice and easy. Pocket speed. There, good rub on the 12 too. Good shot, man. Well done. Good shot. You hit that. If you hit that ball, Corey, if you shoot that 3 ball just like that shot there, you make that 3 and you're on the 8 last rack. That same stroke. Well done. Decelerating like you did in the 3, trouble. So just bring it back up above the 11 and 12 here. I want to stay so I can use a 6. Just like right in there, or the 1. Now, if Corey can get a good cue ball on the 6, I don't mind taking the 6 and drawing straight back between that 13 and 14, get on the 7. I like that path. You've got a big window there. You can get on the 1. I actually like the 1 to the 7. Draw back from the 6, get the cue. If I can get the cue ball almost in the same area, just a little bit up table. Just don't run into these balls. It'll just slow you down too much. Don't run into them. There you go. Good shot. Good shot. Very good. Now, if there's a little bit of an off angle here, he could float forward and take the 1 on the left side. Maybe the upper left corner, or go into the rail, come back out, and take the 1 down in the lower right corner or the right side. There's so many options on this ball. You have a lot of pockets for this 1 ball. Just pick 1. That is a pretty good shot. Came out a little bit short, though. So Corey now, instead of playing the 8 in the lower left corner, just draw back to the left side of the table, take the 8 in the lower right corner. Really good. Sean, you hit that with some inside really good. That's a good spot right there, because you can, if you come out a little bit further, you just slide over, take the 8 in the lower left. But now you just draw back and take the 8 in the lower right. The same stroke, Corey, that you put on the 6 ball, you need on the 1 ball. The same exact stroke. Bring it over about 1.5 feet. Don't get too aggressive, though, and put it for a swim in the left side pocket. He's gonna go forward with it. Okay. Careful. Careful here. Oh my goodness. Very good shot. Very nice. 2 rail shape. Very good, Corey. Very good. You showed me something on that one too. Very nice.
Game 4. Game 4.
This will be to go on the hill. Sean Holmes.
And 42.
Focused. Look at him. Look at that focus. Man, look at that focus. Great shot, Sean. Great shot. 8-4. Race to 9. Live at CRs Sportsbar, Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Mark Weaver in the booth. We do have a match Friday night again, 6:30. Jesse Engel and Action Man Dave O'Keefe of O'Keefe's Collision against. Hang on a second here. Gene Albrecht and Ryan Johnson. I had to adjust. I was getting a cramp in my leg up here at the chair. It's tough to describe, but there's like sliding doors here, and if I move them just right, I don't get cramped up my leg. Otherwise, this right leg gets cramped. But it's Gino and Ryan against Action Man Dave O'Keefe and Jesse Engel. It's going to be one hell of a match this coming Friday. And that was hello. I didn't say a bad word. One hello of a match this Friday. Corey cracking the balls. Got a ball. And man, look at the spread again. Both of these teams have on their breaks, and I know Ryan and John haven't broken in a while, but when they did, they were getting good spreads too. And Corey and Sean have put on kind of a clinic with their breaks.
And 43.
Some of the best, I would say, in this match between Ryan and John, and then also Sean and Corey in this match, I'd say these tables, for all the tables on average, have been better layouts than almost any of the matches I've commentated. They are getting really, really good spreads on these balls. So Sean Holmes at the table. And they have a really good opportunity to oh, yeah, he did get in. I said they have a really good opportunity to run this out. I don't think I like the 11 here. I like the 10 here. They do have the 12 ball over here. I like the 10 here because I think the 11 is going to stick him with a combination. I like the 10 cue ball into the 1 because then I've got an angle where I'm straight into the 11 more. I take the 11 and then I do the 14, 9, 12, 8. So 10 and you run the cue ball into the 1 here. Shoot the 10. Run into the 1. You're almost straight in the 11. You draw back off the 11, then you shoot the 14, go up to the 9, come back to the 12. I'm going to say it over and over and over until they, oh. All right, well, here we go. You got to bring the cue ball back out in the middle of the table here to get on the 10. I believe the 10 will be the next shot. Oh, wow, that was even better. Man, oh, man, Corey. That was even better. I thought you were going to run into that 8 ball. I am totally wrong on that. 100% wrong. That was beautiful. Very well done, Corey. Very, very, very well done. And he ran right into that ball, too, which makes it even easier. So I'm not even going to say anything of the rest of this match. Right? I mean, not as far as pattern. I'm going to talk about other stuff, but might not be pool related. But we'll get through this, right? Unbelievable. That was a really good shot, Corey. Very good. I might have to revisit my pattern book at home because maybe I'd have done better Saturday. My break really left me Saturday. If anybody sees my break anywhere wandering up and down the freeways in here in Minnesota or wherever, I've got a missing persons out on it because I've recently have had a doable break, and this weekend I got outshot, just plain outshot. Outplayed and outshot.
65.
It's a good pool. Now the 6 ball is in play, folks. This could get a little slippery.
069. 069.
He should be able to, though, go with some inside and play off the edge of the 6 and bring the cue ball just a couple of rails and shape the 12 ball.
075.
The thing I would look at here is that 10 goes by the 1 in the upper right corner, right? The reason I'd look at that is if I have to back cut that 12, I can float to the left side of the table, and I've got a pocket for my 10. So I go forward on this. I think he's going backwards with some draw and scratch. See? Dicey. Dicey angle on that. That had a lot of danger going either direction. I like going forward on that, and the only reason I say there would be danger going forward is that sometimes when you graze the edge of a ball with a little bit of follow going forward like that, it actually picks up acceleration. So to shape the 12 with some inside right or some follow right on that ball, you actually have to hit it about 60% of what you feel you normally would if that 6 ball wasn't there. Because it catches that edge and it kind of accelerates off the rail. I bumped the 7 here. Yep, just like that. I bumped the 7. Moved. Maybe not that hard, but I moved that 7 there. And people that have heard me commentate before know why. I'll lose a game moving a ball off that spot before I'll shoot that ball. That's don't do that at home. That's something I need to work on. But I hate that spot for a pool ball. I just absolutely loathe it.
Looks like there's 3, so we will not need the license. 4. Okay, everybody's sharing.
So down 4-8. Back is against the wall here. You don't have to put together a 5-pack. You just have to control each table. And there's a big difference between those two. Huge difference. You just have to maintain control of the table. And Corey and Sean had a very, very, very good chance to run out from there.
347. 815. Under the eyes, I did not call 27 and 28. Under the ends, I did not call 45.
So the 7 goes in both corners on the bottom part of the table and the upper right corner on the right side. I might go I leave the 3 there. 7 leads me down table to the 2 or the 7. No, I have 1, I'm sorry. The 1 leads me down to the 7 or the 2. So I leave the 3 up there and come back for it. And Ryan's going to float from the 7 down to the bottom rail and leave an angle on the 2 so that John can go to the right side rail, up table, and shape the 3 in the side.
70, 74, and 5.
There's actually a path from that 3 to go to the right side rail to the upper end rail, go 2 rails, and the cue ball run in a straight line at the 3 in the side pocket. That's the path that I'm going to play.
56, 58.
With some outside left here. I go 2 rails. I use the upper end rail, and I get in a line where I'm almost going straight at that 3 ball in the side pocket. My target for speed is the upper end rail. I don't want to hit it any harder than going past the upper end rail, because what will happen, I'll hit it just hard enough to hit the upper end rail, and it's going to release up about a foot for me. And I'll be straight into the 3. That's where I play this ball. But there's nothing wrong with coming across like this either. I just like that natural pass. See that two rails? Just natural, some outside up table. Now Ryan will go back and forth. Nope, he held it up too. And he held it really good. Wow. I'm over here playing 1-pack with Ryan, and if he's shaping balls, he's going back and forth across the table 2-3 times. I know it's a 9-foot table, but still.
27 and 8. The ends 45.
So 5-8, race to 9.
61, 3 and 6. 68, 70. That's 4. 3, 6, 9. 12, 15. 27 and 28 were not called. 45. 56 and 8.
I think is that bar bingo tonight? Is that bar bingo or is that regular bingo? Is that regular bingo or is that bar bingo?
70-74. That is 5
It's regular
minutes.
bingo, ain't it?
Any others?
Yeah.
All right, not hearing any others. I'll pay each of those winners $40. Congratulations.
There are a lot of daubers on a couple of tables over there. I've always been fascinated with the bingo players. I cannot keep up with the cards, so I'll just tell you right now. That's why I don't bingo. But I'm also getting intimidated when I show up and I have one dauber and another bingo head has 20 daubers. And I get so intimidated by that. That's why I don't play. But I wish I did because there's bingo going on all the time and they give away they don't give away, but through the bingo, there's a ton of money in prizes, and I miss out on that. So all of you bingo heads, this is where you want to play here. They have bingo all the time. Saturday bingos, they give away a lot of things, and you get to like around the holidays and stuff, they'll do bingos with like Vegas trips. I mean, my God, they're giving stuff away. And there are some bingo heads that come here, trust me. Get out of their way because it is some serious business. You think pool's serious. Try to get between a bingo head and their daubers. Watch out. It's like getting like a rabid pit bull, trying to pull a bone away from them. They are vicious. But a lot of fun for those people. Again, I don't play it just because, again, I cannot keep up. Well, here's a mess of a table. It looks like we're going to have a little bit of a safety battle going on here. That cue ball is going to hide up there with that 2 and 6. Probably, what is it, 7:45? Probably till about 10 o'clock. This safety battle will go on. Eastern time. 10 o'clock. So 15 minutes. I predict this game will be over in 15 minutes. Man, look at that. Oh my goodness. I like these kind of games. I know this probably doesn't attract like a lot of viewers, but these kind of games here are like little chess matches, and you can see people pocket balls and jumping and safes and all this other stuff, right? But you get into kind of the chess matches of games, and that really brings the facets of the game in that you just don't see in other sports. Because you get creativity, you get individualism, you get all kinds of these things and these little safeties and these ideas and things, and it's really where you look beyond the surface of a person's pool game. Because you can see some incredibly, really, really good thought process sometimes in these chess matches. Now the 7 ball is a beautiful breakout ball for the 4, 2, and the 6. And that'll work right there. Sean Holmes, you stroked that ball in firm. Those are the shots you and I have talked about. Those are the exact shots. You don't hit them all the time. You don't want to hit them all the time, I should say. But when you're hitting balls like that, Sean, when you need to, you're playing on the upper part of your game, man, and you're only going to get better when you do that. Nice breakout opportunity here. And he hit it a little bit light. Now, if I'm Sean, I'm just going to roll into that 6 and put that cue ball back in that little nest over there. The 4, the 12, the 9, the 2, they're all having a little group meeting over there. And why not put the cue ball in there too? It does no good to come down here and do this 3 or 5 or anything. Nothing. Don't even look down there. What I would try to do, though, if I'm rolling into the 6, I may try to bump the 12 just a little bit. Maybe something lines up with the 6 for a combo or something. You know what I mean? Maybe you generate something like in a combo or a kick or... See, that kind of there. You know what I mean? Look at the 6. If it comes out just a little bit more, all of a sudden you've got a 4, 12, 6 combo that would be wired. And I do like that he did cover up the 12 too, so Ryan can't hide back there anymore. You get out that jump cue and go after that 11. There's a scratch in the lower right corner, and there's a scratch in the lower left corner. So be careful. There's a lot of scratch off this ball here. And stripes, the 10 ball is the only ball that'll really move the 12-9. Obvious balls. I mean, the 15 can, but you got to be in certain spots with the cue ball to have any opportunity. So here we go with the jump. And a lot of scratch, as I predicted. Okay, hang on a sec, everybody. I got to pull this horn out of my pocket here. Okay, here we go. Bop, 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 bop. I finally, on the 14th game, have predicted a shot properly. We have reached it, folks. We're in rack 14, and I've predicted a shot accurately. Woohoo! Now, here's what you can do on this one. You can smack this 2 a little bit more firm, open up your 2 and your 4, and still hide the cue ball behind the 6. Don't baby this ball. Don't slam at Mach speed, but you should be able to open up your 2 and your 4. I just want the 4 to move a little bit in front of the side. I don't want to do a lot with the 4. Don't move it away from it so far you can't use it as a breakout like that. See, gently the 4 right in front of the right side pocket. Just move it a little bit and then you use that as a breakout. But I do like that he moved the balls around. The 2 kind of got tied up in the 5 though, and I think a little bit lighter on that would have been good. Look at John off the rail. Digging deep, my man, digging deep. Well done. 10 ball goes upper right corner, and then you float over to the left side and get on the 11. Now there is a path too that if you get over on the left side of the table, right up above the 11, right? Check this out. Thin cut the 11 left side. Cue ball goes down to the bottom rail, left of the 5 ball, then goes right up to where the cue ball is now, up to the 12. There's your breakout. There's a really good breakout right there. You got to be in right where his hand was, up there by the left pocket. Thin cut the 11, down to the bottom rail, up towards the 12 ball. And you get there off the 10 ball. This is going to work out. This could work out really, really good for these 2. This could work out really, really good for these 2. Right here. Does he get it? Yeah, he's got an angle. He's got an angle on the 11. Come down to the bottom rail, up, and move that 12 ball. You're going to have the 13 as a bailout ball. I wonder if John sees it, though. I don't think he sees the shot. Yeah, I don't think he sees it. Nope, he's going to take the 15. He's going to take it that way. See, now look at the cue ball. See where it's going? Down to the bottom rail, up towards the 12 ball. That was the breakout. That was a really, really good opportunity there. This ain't a bad spot either. Solids has a very, very difficult position here. If you try to shoot the 4 in the upper left corner, you're probably going to make the 8 in the upper right corner too. Be very careful here, Sean. I think he's going to do a safety off here, which is the right shot. Watch a scratch off the safe though. Oh, good shot, good shot. All right, Mr. 3 1/4 inch pocket. A little bit tight, but you know what? That's not bad. 11 will sit over there, and now there's a breakout ball for the 12 ball. And Solids has a lot tougher table now because that 6 ball is way, way over there on its own. That is a bad, bad ball, that 6 ball. There's a way to get it, though, and the 2 will get you there. The 3 will get you there. And the 4 would if you take the 3 and the 2 first. I don't like moving the 3 or the 2 here. I don't mind moving the 3, but I don't want to move the 2. I want to leave the 2 there. And here's why. Oh, no. See, now, if he would have stayed above that, if you shoot the 3 and get down below the spot, you take the 2 on the left side and you run the cue ball over into the 11 ball. In my breakout for Solids, I would do that. It's moot now, but if I was going off that 2, my cue ball is going at the 11 ball. Not the 12, not the 8, at the 11. And then it'll pump the 6 open, and then I just take the 5 and get on the 6. But they got trouble now. I think there's a safe to go off the 2 ball, up to the upper end rail, and then tuck it on the 8 and the 6. I think there's a safety there. I don't think Sean is going to shoot it, though. But there is a safe to go up table. And then you might actually even bump that 6 a little bit to where it opens up for you. But just be careful. That's a pretty good shot. Got a good look at the 15 though, but I don't really. I mean, if you're gonna go for the win here, you cut it in the upper left corner, put some center ball right on it, and then run the cue ball up into that 11-12. If you're gonna go for the win. If you're gonna hang around a little bit, I don't like that shot because with the 6 where it is, you have Stripes has a major advantage. I play it safe here. Yeah, Stripes still has a major advantage here. But Corey can get the cue ball off the 3 down to the bottom rail. And then that shot I talked about, taking the 2 on the left side and running the cue ball into the 11, that comes back into play. So draw it off the 3, get down to the bottom rail, and give yourself an angle to cut the 2 on the left side and run the cue ball into the 11 ball. He may even have a, no, he doesn't have an angle for cross banking the 3. But you got to keep in mind as Solids that you're on the hill. And Stripes does have a breakout ball right up there by the 6. You don't. Now you still don't have a breakout ball. Now Sean is going to have to put some inside right on this and get the cue ball down to the bottom rail. And he wants to end up about a diamond and a half out and a little bit off so you have a full cue ball. And then just simply cut the 2 on the side and run the cue ball into the 11. But the problem now is that they're running out of balls to go get up on the 6 ball from. The worst case scenario you're going to see happen here is they're going to move the 6 ball and they're going to still have the 12 and the 11 in between them and the cue ball. You're going to sell out to Stripes by doing that. So there's another shot here too, which is kind of touchy. But you could take the 5, go up table 1, 2, 3 rails, and then play a safe off the 6 where you roll into the 8 and 12 with the cue ball. There's another safety up there. Sean kind of has a path on that 5 to do it too. You see where you go off the right lower side rail, across above the left side pocket, and then release up to the end rail, and then get on the 6 to where you just roll the 6 gently into the rail and hide the cue ball up there. I don't really like that play though. I just, I don't think I'm gonna like being up there, because I think what they do is safe me off the 15, and I'd lose the game. And really, Sean might even be in an area where he could draw with low left into the lower right side rail there and run up into the 11-12 with the cue ball. He actually has enough room to do that. Outside left, draw off the right side rail up into the 11, bump the 6, and then you're straight into the 2 down in the lower left corner. There is enough room there on that 5. He could slide off that side rail, run up into the 11, and move that 6 ball. You don't have to move the 6 much. You just have to bump it. Bump the 11 and the 12, and the 6 will move enough to go in that pocket. I like that shot, actually. Draw off that 5 and go up there. But now, advantage, stripes. Big time advantage. Yeah, I don't want that ball next, so I want to get in the 11 next. 11 next, and I open up my 12, and then I use my 15 to get on the 12, or the 12 to get on the 15. I don't like leaving that as my last ball, the 11 and the 12. I don't like leaving those two as my last ones. But it doesn't mean you can't make it work. So we, again, are race to 9 tonight. And then Friday night, there'll be another match. It's the upper division match, upper bracket. And that'll be Jesse Engel and Dave Action Man O'Keefe against Ryan Johnson and Gene Albrecht. That is actually a race to 11. Uh-oh, got a hanger. Now, Solids has a play here. Depending if Corey, I do this shot. 2 on the left side, be a little bit aggressive, smack that cue ball with some outside, go 1, 2, 3 rails into the 6. And play for the win. 1, 2, 3 rails here with the cue ball. Left side rail, upper left side rail, upper end rail, over to the right upper side rail, and then into the 6 ball. The issue with that is that the 8 is going to move over to the left side rail. If you pump that 6 pretty square off that rail, he's going to go straight across at it, which ain't bad either. It's probably better, actually. Yeah, it's probably better, but oh, you got to get out there. Oh, no. Oh, man, that was a good try, Corey. Now, cut the 6 or play it off the 8. I don't think you play it safe. Well, yeah, I don't think you play it safe here. If you let's say you thin the 6, right? 8 moves a little bit. Cue ball comes down here. Ryan is going to slam that 15 with Mach times 5 speed with some outside and clear everything over there. So that ain't going to help you win the game. I think Sean's right. I think you have to play for the win here. You can't hide the cue. You can't hide nothing here. There's a safe though to hide behind the 12 ball. Thin the 6, put the cue ball right over there behind the 12. That's probably a better play. Go for the win. Nope. Nope. Well, here we go. Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. This is going to get tight. The 4-game lead is now going to be possibly looking at getting to Hill. Because we're looking at 6-8. And even with Sean and Corey on the hill, I think the momentum or the favorite would actually be Ryan and John. Down a couple of games. Got to get there though. This to stay alive right here. Inside, come right down. Uh-oh. Did he miscue again? Yeah, that's another one of those. He had a couple of different chalks that he tried and replayed one pocket too. And he had some miscues on a couple of different chalks. So I don't know if he miscued on that or just mishit it. But he had to put some spin on that to avoid that stripe. And that is not going to make it, so this could be it, folks. This could be it. And the winner of this, again, according to the sheet in front of me, will play October 17th. It'll be their next match. But we do have a match Friday, so the winner of this will be playing on the 17th. Ooh. Hold your ticket, folks. Hold your ticket. Now there is some scratch and play in the upper left corner. Not much, but it is there. And if he plays this with some outside, he's either going to be straight into the 8 or could be jammed up in that upper left corner area. Yep. Uh-oh. There's that fire truck again. That wasn't a, I mean, it's not really an easy shot either. It's one we've gotta make, but that 6 wasn't really an easy shot. And there's, the situation. You're playing for a handful of $1,000. Oh, okay, Jerry, I'm sorry. Yeah, there's no actually Scotch doubles on the 17th. It was written down on the sheet up here on the challenge sheet, but there is a challenge match between Jesse Hill and then Hank the Tank on the 9-foot table. Race to 15. I believe there's 1,000 in the middle, and then 1,200 in sponsor money. So there's a big table match coming up here on the 17th. So scratch that. There is no Scotch doubles match that night. So Ryan Janikowski here, and they are right in it again. Yeah, they are right in it. Look at these solids. That's all right. That's all right. Look at them all. Every solid has a pocket. The issue will be getting from the 1 back up table. Slide the cue ball right in over that spot. That's my ideal path. Get on the 4 in the side pocket there. No, you want solids. You don't want to mess with them stripes, John. Yeah, you want that ball. Or you could slow roll it and just take the 5 in the upper corner, which we could take in the side too. So it goes in the corner or the side. And you could also take the 4 ball here. That's all right. Don't stress this, because here's the thing. If you take the 5 and bump into the 10 with the cue ball, the 4 leads to the 2, 2 leads to the 3, and then the 7 to the 8 is a cinch. So they're really, really good opportunity to run this still. Just got to execute. And that'll work, but now you're going to have to get back up for the 2 somehow. Man, that was a good try, Ryan, too. You get up above that 12 ball, and this gets really easy for you guys. That was a good shot. That was a good try at that. So now if John shoots a 3, Ryan shoots next, either the 7 or the 4. Take a look at that. Take a look at that angle, Ryan, because if you can get to the 2 from the 4, you want to shoot that right now. Take a look at the 4. Take a look at the 4. Okay. That'll work really good. Good shot. Good shot. I was just saying, though, if he could have took that 4 right there and got up there. No, Sayla, this isn't the finals. No. This would be the quarterfinals. To get into the quarterfinals. Settle, cue ball, settle. Very nice, very nice. Look at that control. Big John, baby, you got some touch. You got some touch, man. No problem, Sayla. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, it's free. Go ahead and do it. We appreciate the support. Race to 9 tonight. One match only. And again, there is a match Friday night, too. Oh, elevating a little bit, but definitely makeable ball. The bingo head brigade has left the building. Man, they did empty out over there. There's still a few people in the bar, though. Plenty of tables open if anyone wants to come up and shoot some. And 9-footer's open, too, if anybody's, looking for one pocket or something. Good shot, John. Well done. So here we go, folks. 7-8. And as I mentioned when it was 6-8, if they win that game, I consider Ryan and John as the favorites. And here we are. 7-8. It's anybody's match, but I kind of give John and Ryan the edge from here. The reason is momentum is on their side. Yeah, momentum. So a big break here. Lions just scored a touchdown to tie it at 21-21, so you don't have to watch football anymore. I'll keep you updated on the score. And that way everybody out there can just keep tuned into the stream here. So, yeah, extra points good, 21-21. 7-8 here in the match. Touchdown pass by Jared Goff to, I'm not sure who that receiver was. But we got a tie football game and a 7-8 game on our match here. Can it get any better for Monday night? Big John and Big Ryan are cooking up a good match here. They were down 4 games. And you never, ever give up in a match. Keep believing. You have to believe to achieve. You have to. So nobody picked up the sound I did earlier. Maybe it's a bad idea, but nobody picked up the sound from the TV show earlier in that rack. I think it was like mid-match when I talked about that. Nobody. Either if it's not a good idea, then I just won't do it. But it's just using a sound clip from a TV show or a movie, and that would win you a prize for a giveaway. Starting on the solids here. The one goes. So if they can shape that one, I mean, it's a kind of a thin cut down to that lower right corner, but that one goes. You don't have to move it. It's definitely pocketable. And I would love to get on the 5 ball where I can just slide over some draw off that 5 and make that one even easier. And then the 8 will go in the lower right corner, and it does go in the upper left corner too. So, but I want to have a ball on the table other than the 8 when I'm on the 1. Maybe a couple of them. It'd be nice to have like the 3 ball and the 6 ball on the table. If I can get from the 2 to the 5 right here, that'd be great. I don't think he has enough of an angle though. And the 5 to the 1, and then the 1 gets me on the 3 or the 6. But it's no easy task to get from the 2 to the 5. And really on the 5, to get to where I want to be, you kind of want to be straight in from a line from like that stripe above the 1. What is that, the 13 ball? Yeah. You almost want to be in a straight line with the 5 right below that. So you can draw back straight from the 5 and get on the 1. Even if you can draw back and bump into the 1. But you might only get there if you have ball in hand or if you're like one of the elites. Because that's a specific spot right there. Probably about the diameter of a pool ball is that spot on the 5, where to get on the 5. Just to be able to draw over directly at it. But here we go. Yeah. Well, here, hang on now. What about the 3? This will take some touch, John. No, there's too much of a back cut on the 3. Never mind. I'll say, what about the 3 and then run into the 11 with the cue ball? You'll have enough momentum to just roll through the 11 enough to be able to take the 1. But, or, I think it's too steep to shoot the 3 and run into the 13 and then move the 1. I think it's too steep of an angle. So John's going to probably end up having to shoot the 6. Because if you back cut that 5 from there, John, you and me are going on the road right now tonight. Get in. You need that to go in. Well, here we go. Now the 1 does bank to the lower left corner too. But I bet you there's not a whole lot of fans of that shot. And I'm not one of them. You might end up having to do that though. You might end up or I should say Ryan might end up having to bank the 1. And he actually, no, wait a minute. He might have enough of an angle on this 5. There ain't much there, but he might have enough to where he can slide over towards that 8 ball and make this 1 a little bit easier for John. Yeah, he does. He has just enough and a little bit of an angle that if he goes center ball, he can punch from this 5. But I don't like that shot, just so you know. Sliding off the 5. I don't like that. Look at this cue ball. Oh my God, how did he hit that ball? Wow. Wow. Man, oh man, if you were going to put that cue ball in hand and place it, that's a pretty good spot. Oh my goodness, John, what a shot. What a shot. Well done, well done. 8 goes in the lower right corner, Ryan. You just get there off 5, and we got a hill game. Are these guys going to flip a coin and double up? Double the bet? Uh-oh. Well, here's what I do. I don't like cutting this ball. I play it off the 11. I play it off the 11, and I draw off the cue ball. You see where that chalk is in the upper right corner there? I play the 8 off the 11, and I put my cue ball right up where that chalk is. Because if I miss this 8, I leave it hanging, and I tell Stripes, go ahead and shoot 1. So I play both balls. I play the 8 ball and my cue ball here. I don't leave the cue ball down so they can shoot at one of these balls real easy. I'm moving the cue ball up table, getting up on the upper end rail as close as possible. Or just cut it. Oh my God, that was, oh my God, John, that was a heck of a shot. I didn't think that cut would be that easy. But he made that look so easy. Oh my God, man, that was beautiful shot. Oh, wow. That was incredible. That was such a good shot. I still think I've played the carom there because I'm a chicken, you know what, to cut that ball. But I learned things watching this too, just like I hope you guys and gals at home learned from the stream. I learned commentating and watching these matches too, because I would have caromed that, but I think the best route was to cut it. Because John made that ball. Any table in town, that ball goes in. Oh, we've got a hill match, folks. It is 8-8, race to 9. What up? These four are delivering one hell of a match tonight. This has been a lot of fun. This has been a really, really, really good match. We've seen some really good pool out of these teams. And as I've stated before, and we all know that play pool, when you get on the hill and you have a 3-4 some game lead, sometimes that last game is the toughest game to get. It really is. It can be. But the bright side of it for Corey and Sean, you're right in it still. You have to keep that in mind. You're right in it. But you might not get out of your chairs again. The next time you get out of your chairs, you might be shaking hands. So 8-8. One game. And the winner of this, their next match they play, if they win the next one, they are guaranteed the cheddar. They're guaranteed second. They have to win one more after this. Whoever wins this match, you have to win one more. Looks like Ryan was going to do some jumping jacks here to warm up. Smash. Got a ball and not too bad of a spread. I like solids. I like the one ball. And I run into the rail and I move the 2 ball. And then solids wins the game. 1 ball, open up the 2. John, don't hit this so hard that you send the 14 over and it ties up the 5. Don't do that. And almost, he said. He goes almost if you heard him. Yep. Oh, what do we got here? Can he cut that ball? So they're talking about whether it be a double hit or not. Ryan does have a cut on the 3 ball, though, if he wants to avoid any controversy up there. He also has a cut on the 7 ball, which I don't like, but he does have a cut on the 3. Now, the 3 ball, he has a chance for that cue ball to go around 1, 2, all the way around the world and come back at that 9-2 off the 3 ball. But I think he feels he can make this 2. And if he does make this 2, they should win this game. Good shot. Good shot. Big John at the table, and you got to clean these up. 7 ball goes from here. Now, Ryan shot that shot. He shot away from it. And I would just say that if there was ever going to be any question about that, the fault, in my opinion, would be on Sean and Corey for not calling me over. Even if you know Ryan can execute that, you always have a referee come and watch that. The reason is that, let's say Ryan miscues, right? Has he miscued in this match? He's miscued a few times. So with that, look at that cue ball and that ball. Look at that draw shot and that cue ball there. How did he hit that ball? My God. But again, on that shot there, if Ryan miscues, which he's done a few times in this match, then a foul on that 2 ball and a double kiss or a foul is very, very, very much in play. But without getting a ref over there, you don't do your due diligence. And John and Ryan are going to come back and I wouldn't say steal this match, but there would be an investigation if this was Law and Order. So I'm not saying they stole the match, but it's worth an investigation. But here's the thing on this too. They played very well, very, very well to take this match. If Ryan excuse on this 8, all kidding aside, John and Ryan really, really played well to come back and win this. Oh, it's outside. It's outside, so you're saying there's a chance. How would you like to be shooting this ball? You almost have to shoot the combo, the 14-9. I think if you shoot the 13, you're going to scratch. I think. If you don't scratch, your cue ball might get stuck up there. I don't like shooting that 13 at all. And I don't like doing the safety because the kick to the 8 ball on the side, the 8's just hanging there. It's kind of a fairly easy kick. I think you have to shoot at this. Or how about this? Nah, even that ain't good. I shouldn't say play a safe off that 13 up there, but if you do that, you're leaving the kick just the other direction. I don't know about this safety. The only thing that'll help on this safety is that if you can double kiss the 10 into the 12 gently, and then the 10 hides the cue ball behind it, so you take away that side rail kick. At least make them do a 2-rail kick. And there is a shot there to do that. You hit this cue ball with a little bit of left and a little bit above center, and you catch the numbers on the 10, and the 10 should hide the cue ball and take away the side kick, the side rail kick. Something like that. Right there is very, very close. I think he has a kick on that, but that was very close. I hit a little bit of English on that cue ball, though, so that it pinches those balls off the rail, and then the 10 hides that cue ball. So I forced my opponent to do 2-rail or jump. There is a fairly easy jump here, but I don't think I don't know if John does jump, if he has a jump cue. This for the win. And what a kick shot. Wow. What a shot by John Hutton. Beautiful. Beautiful. 9-8, John and Ryan victorious. 2 of the sponsors here in the stream. Unbelievable, Mr. Hutton. Mr. Hutton, you deserve to pat yourself on the back. You played some phenomenal pool, man. You played some phenomenal pool in that comeback. You made some really good shots. And Sean and Corey, keep your chins up over there. You both played a wonderful tournament together. You played really well. And that concludes our stream for tonight. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And, yeah, Joey, what a comeback, huh? Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Enjoy the rest of that football game. And we'll see you here on the stream Friday night. We got a match in the upper bracket coming Friday night. Be well, everybody, and have a good week out there. We'll see you Friday. Thanks again.